live across a whole bunch of platforms.
Okay, what is
LinkedIn.
up? We have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, we have Instagram.
Almost. It's
Instagram
taking
is
a second
coming.
for LinkedIn as well.
We have TikTok.
There we go.
Where else are
live,
we?
Instagram. We're gonna see
I
if
lost
that
count.
works.
LinkedIn,
Anyway.
Instagram, TikTok.
Okay, I'm gonna let people into the Zoom.
Okay. Ooh, hang on. Let me get the slides. Did we have the waiting room going?
Recording
Yeah.
in progress.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
going to start admitting people.
Let's do
Ready?
it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whoa, look at that screen fill up, my friends. If you're here to learn how to grow your business from stage, you are in the right spot. Congratulations and welcome to the Own the Stage Speak Off. We'll get our screen pinned here in just a second, right, Richard? That would be awesome.
What do you want?
So awesome. Okay, let's keep going here. Welcome. First of all, drop your name in the chat and tell us where you're from. Drop your name in the chat and tell us where you're from. I want to know where everyone's joining us from. You guys are awesome. Guys, we
You're going to
just
want to
had...
unmute there, Marianne.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Now you're unmuted.
Okay, thank you. It's always something, right? It's always something. So technical, when you start a webinar, make sure that your camera is on. Me too. Make sure that you're muted and I'm not. Richard's got the universal mute button, so we'll unmute you when it's your turn to speak. And then obviously, guys, throw it in the chat. Where are you calling in from? Where are you joining us from? We had 100 registrations in the last hour. I got 100 notifications on my phone in the last hour for people wanting to join the Speak Off. So welcome, and I can see your faces. When you see me looking to the side, I can see you all on Zoom. So please have your cameras on. Oh, look at these beautiful people. Guys, type a 1 in the chat if we are meeting each other for the very first time. There are so many of us that found each other on Facebook. I'm just curious. Type a 1 in the chat if we are meeting each other for the very, very first time. Lots of people from Utah, got North Carolina, we've got Canada, what's up? Riverton, Hurricane, NSL, I think that's North Salt Lake. Florida, oh, Florida, it's late for you. Thanks for being here. We got Fort Myers, awesome, Illinois, New Zealand, what is up? Phoenix, Arizona, all the way from Philadelphia, Utah. Friends, welcome. I am so excited to meet so many new friends, to meet friends that have been friends of, I hate to say old friends because that suddenly we make it about age. It's not about that. People that have been hanging out in my universe for a really long time. This is the place to be. Welcome to the Speak Off, Own the Stage Speak Off. This is episode 2, if you will, of the very first season of this event. This event will be going live in person October 11th. The winners of episode 1 and episode 2 are going to be invited on stage with me live October 11th, and I'm so excited to see you all in person. So let's get going here and see what is up next. Now, this is the virtual Speak Off. I did have some people think they needed to fly in. Really glad it's easier for you. Learn how to speak on stage and bring more customers to your business. Type another 1 in the chat if you want to learn to leverage the stage to bring more customers to your business. I want to see those ones fill up the chat. Guys, I got to just make it myself very, very clear with you for just a minute. We all want to speak on stage. That's obvious. That's why we're here. Then this is another stage for you. When you speak tonight, this is another stage. This is your digital stage. However, if you don't want to leverage your mouth to make money, if you don't want to grow your business through the power of your voice, if you don't want to keep doing this, then you're in the wrong place. I don't want you to be here if you're not looking to find a way to make your voice make money so you can keep doing what you love. And if you only want to get up on stage and you don't want to get paid to do it, guess what? That is a recipe for burnout. If your passion doesn't somehow reciprocate to you, that is a recipe for burnout. So this is the place to be if you want to learn how to do that. I see those ones coming in the chat. Awesome. Good. You're in the right place. Because tonight we are here to learn how to use your voice so that you can have the business you want. I want you to have that. So Again, share in the chat if you haven't already. Where are you from? I want to know where we're calling in from. I think the furthest away award comes from New Zealand. I want to know what time it is for you there. You might be up in the middle of the night doing this. This is awesome. Type in the chat where you're from. Also, please take note. You can screenshot this if you want to. This is my disclaimer, right? Please take note. This system and the results I'm going to be sharing here are not typical. And the reason I say that is because you cannot be a typical person and get results like this. The typical person is overweight, underpaid, and broke. I don't want that for you. I want you to be above average. I don't want you to be average. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live in vitality. I want you to be wealthy, whatever that means to you. I want you to be experiencing success. So I can't promise that for any of you. All I can do is promise to give you everything I have and pray to God that you will do something with it. If you understand me, just raise your hand on camera. I see you all. God, I love you people. Those that succeed and have been successful will tell you that it takes an atypical person who is willing to put in the work and walk through what is unpretty to get where you want to be. We got to be willing to do that. Okay, let's move it right along here. Now, here's how to get the most out of tonight. First of all, be distraction free. I want your cell phones tucked away. All right, just put them away. If you got an office door, shut it. Guys, I got 6 kids. Half of them were upstairs taking care of the other half. And tonight we're focused on each other. I do put my family first, and I made sure that they were taken care of before we came down here. If you can do the same thing, this is what I want you to do. I also want you to take notes, and I want you to take notes in a really atypical way. When you have a gold nugget, say so in the chat, because your takeaway might just be valuable for somebody else. So when you get a gold nugget, go ahead and throw it in the chat. I also want you to write down your questions in the chat, because Richard, my sweet love, is going to be keeping track of those and going to be doing those in the Q&A at the very end. So go ahead and put all of your questions in the chat. I also want you to participate. So when we get to the competition portion of this evening after the training, cheer for each other. We're here to have fun and to motivate each other. If you see something you like, do some hand clapping. Do what Christy's doing. Put her hands up in the air. You guys can all see each other, so show up for each other. I want everyone's cameras on. This is your stage. If you don't have your camera on, you're not on stage. And of course, because you're all here, I have some gifts for you at the end. So stay until the end, not only for the Q&A, but I have some really cool gifts. Some of them I just added today. But most of all, let's learn and let's have some fun. How many of you are here to have some fun? I want to see your hands up. Yeah, okay. I see you. Let's go. Okay. So here's how to get the most out of this. Let's move on. Rich, would you click on that slide for me again so I can advance? Thank you so much, my love. Okay, perfect. So here's what I want to know. Share in the chat. What do you want to get out of this speak off tonight? I want to know what you hope to get out of our time together tonight. We're going to be here for a couple of hours. We're going to do some training, and then we're going to have a competition section. I want to know why you're here. Many of you registered weeks ago. Many of you took time off of work. Many of you are up in the middle of the night. Many of you had to get babysitters and make arrangements to be here, and I want to know why. So throw it down in the chat. What do you hope to get out of your time here tonight? Liz says experience and feedback. Leslie's from Colorado. Nice to meet you. A chance to be heard and learn from others. Beautiful. Learn new skills and be a better speaker. Be more comfortable with my stage presence. Very good. Learn things about public speaking I did not know. Awesome. Another opportunity to speak. You can add it to your stage count. Is there going to be a replay? Yes, there is. New connections and speaking gigs that inspire transformation. Oh, I love that. Help with comedy. Oh, good. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Launch my speaking career and learn to sell my digital products. Good. I want you to learn how to make money doing this. An opportunity to speak. Here because you're curious. Well, good to have you. I had just declared that I am stepping up into speaking, and this popped up in front of me on Facebook. Ooh, good. The more you talk about it around your phone, the more your phone is going to show you cool stuff. Experience that brings meaning to doing something sacred. Oh, it says scared, but maybe it's sacred. I don't know. I hope to get out of my head, into my heart, and into the world. Someone is out there who is waiting for what we have to say. Amen. I got to say this. Your message is not for everybody. That might hit some of you really hard. Your message is not for everybody. Your message is for the right people. If you think you're talking to everybody, nobody can hear you. I'm going to get more into that later. Okay, check this out. This is who I am. For those of you that are new to my universe, let me just share a little bit about me. I've been on over 2,300 stages actually worldwide. I've made 54 million now in revenue for me and the people I work with. 3 million views on social media last time I counted. Took a long time to do that. Just kidding. But I still am. I don't know why I say was. I'm a podcast host, #1 best-selling author. We have actually 16 books published now between me and books that I write for my clients. And most of all, I'm on a mission to find 100 millionaires. Some of you know that you're on a special list in my phone in my notes because you told me that you want my help in becoming a millionaire or maybe making your next million. And that's what we're here to do. So let me share with you a little bit more about what's important to me. Check this out. Now, I want to know, before I go into that, what is important to you? What's important to you? Because these are my values. I love being a wife and a mother. That is #1 for me. Everything else fills in the cracks. I also love to travel. That's super fun. I love to be in training and teaching. I love to speak on stage. I love charitable donations. That's part of my mission as well. This is some things that I love, but I want to know, what's important to you? What are the things that you love? Why is speaking so important to you? Okay, want to be free when speaking on purpose. Opportunities to share my story, very good. This feedback and another experience to be courageous on stage, good. My message for the person God intended for. Our journey is narrated and we are the stars of the show called life. Well said. God, family, service, and change. I want to get more specific, my friends. If you work with me for any amount of time, you know I want you to be more specific. This language is beautiful, and I want you to have it, but I also want you to get what this means. In other words, how will you know when you have achieved what you're wanting? How will you know when you've achieved happiness? How will you know when you're helping people? How will you know when you're growing? Jacqueline says, I'm a wife, mother, nutrition, and I want everyone to feel loved. Very good. I want to be an example to my children that they can do anything because they can see that I can do anything. Let's be funny and be present on stage. Laughter is an underrated value. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Well, let me share with you also what's important to me in terms of this mission here tonight. Here's what's important to me. #1, I want to help you get on 1 million stages. Right now, I keep track, by the way, guys. I have a group and a community that we are in together, and I post a survey on a weekly basis in that group asking how many stages have you been on? How many stages did you win this week? And I want you to get on 1 million. I also want you to make $1 billion doing that. Type a B in the chat if you want some of that $1 billion to be yours. Type a B in the chat if you want to say, yeah, I see that coming through. Very good. I want to leave the world a little bit better place than I found it. I love that. Leaving your mark on the planet in a beautiful way. Yes, friends, thank you. And here's why that's so important to me. You know that I'm raising 6 kids in this crazy world. And it's crazy because we all have the ability to choose, and I don't want that to go away. But I want to raise my children in a world that I'm proud of. I want my children to be able to look and see other adults whose values align with mine. I want to have my children hear not just from me, but from other voices on the planet that they can do and be anything that they want. I want my daughter to be a successful crochet business owner. I want my other daughter to be a successful artist online. I want my son to be successful. He wants to be a Twitcher who makes millions online doing Twitch. Great, let him do that. I want to raise my children in a world where people who have good hearts are the wealthy ones. I want to raise my children in a world where people like you who are bent on making this world a better place have the money to do so. I don't want money to be the interfering object for you. You should be able and are completely capable now more than ever of making money doing what you love. And that's what we're here to do. So that is my mission. That is my calling. And I'm glad you're here to be a part of it. So tonight we are here to learn how to speak from stage from the heart while at the same time growing your business. You get to just do everything that you love. This is why I'm giving you all this stuff. I've got some stuff for you. I'm giving it away. If you stick to the end, it's yours. I want my people to play all out. So here's some of the stuff that I'm giving you. Okay, whoops, I went too fast. Whoa! I get clicker happy when it doesn't work. Okay, so Free bonus for all of you. My Sales Essentials course, I've created a blueprint for how to convert your leads. Tonight, we're going to talk about your audience becoming leads, becoming buyers, growing your business. And I want you to have the tool with which to convert your audience into dollars. So this is the tool. And guys, we're going to eliminate this weird, skeezy feeling of sales being a weird thing. It's not. Think of the last thing that you bought. Type it in the chat. What's the last thing you bought? Was it a cup of coffee? Was it lunch? Was it a car? Was it a house? What is the last thing you bought? Christy bought eggs. All right? I would rather have the eggs than the money. I bought gas. I bought tea. Would you rather have that item than the money that you paid for it? The answer is yes. How do we know? Because you gave up the money to have it. I want people to buy your stuff and say, shut up and take my money. I want what you have. I would rather have what you got than the money in my pocket. How many of you want customers like that? Raise your hand. Sean, I see you. I see you, Jasmine. Jen, yes, I see you. Good. An engine for my car. Good luck engine shopping. That's not my favorite thing to do. I bought cheese. I bought nasal spray. I would rather have a clear nose than this $7. Yes. I bought dresses for my $1. Yes, exactly. And you were happy to do it because you wanted what that money could buy. Okay, so why did I call this meeting together? Because too many business owners are invisible to their customers. Your customers can't find you. If they did, they would buy from you. And if they don't know who you are, then we need to fix that. So that's why we're here. Now, this is the prize number 2. One of you tonight is going to walk away digitally with a lighting set. How many of you want that by raise of hand? Just show me on screen. Yes, I love giving stuff away. Does anyone like prizes like me? I like prizes too. Let's get some prizes. So I'm going to be sending one lucky winner. Richard's got a wheel spinner with all of the registrants on it. Now, we got everyone who registered. Hopefully everyone that registered is here, but if you're not here, you can't win. So I want you to be here to win this prize at the very, very end. Yes, yes, I like prizes too. Okay, let's do this thing. Now, I also have a special bonus. Before we get into the training, you might get a chance to speak on stage today. My VIPs have a guaranteed spot. They're going to be going first. But after the VIPs, you have a chance to get in front of this audience and share your message. Now, I also want you to know that one of the finalists from both of the seasons, we're going to have some finalists tonight. You're going to be voting. We also have a Judge's Choice Award. That's new this episode. We're going to be picking from those people, and eventually the grand prize of all prizes is you're going to be sharing a private stage with me during one of my special events. Now, October 11th, all of the finalists are going to be on that stage. And even if you don't become a finalist or a Judge's Choice tonight, you still have a chance if you attend that October 11th event. I'll tell you how later on. But here's the thing. I'm looking for 30 people. There's 170 people registered for this event. I'm looking for my 30 because some of you are ready for this next step and some of you are ready for a different next step. But I want to know who my 30 people are who are ready to freaking own that stage. If that's you, raise your hand in the chat. I want to know. Yes, I see you before I even ask. Alton, Leslie, Cheryl, Jacqueline. Oh, yes, I want to know who my people are. I want to know who the people are. Let me tell you who I'm looking for. And this is not hyperbole. I didn't copy and paste this from ChatGPT. These words came out of my brain and out of my heart. I'm looking for the people that I can put on stage, and you can put your stage fright behind you. I'm looking for people who want to be seen on stage and deliver not just information, but transformation. I'm looking for people who are ready to dedicate time, energy, money into their business. I don't know if you believe this, but I talked to someone just last week who said, I'm not ready to put time or energy or money into my business. And I said, please don't work with me because you don't care enough about your business. Please, I'm looking for people who will follow the step-by-step process, who will actually put in the work. I'm looking for people who are willing to implement feedback, willing to look at their blind spots. That takes a very unique individual. I'm looking for people who are willing to participate. The greatest mistake you will ever make in life is the failure to participate. I'm looking for also people who will be vulnerable. No ego. We check that at the door. If you're full of ego, feel free to exit the meeting. I'm looking for people who have a why stronger than motivation. Motivation will only last so long. Your why must be stronger because motivation won't get you up in the morning. Your why will. I'm also looking for people who are willing to do whatever it takes because this will get hard. I promise you it is worth it. Raise your hand if that's you. I just want to know. I see more me's in the chat, but I want to know who my people are. Yes, good, good, good. My why is my power. Sharon, I love it. I love the energy. I can see you on camera. It's time to freaking bring it, everybody. Let's go. Okay. Now, these are some of the people that I've been working with. Some of them you're going to see here tonight. I see Christy right here. I see Alton right here. I see Willie right here. These are my people. I want to introduce you to some of them. I'm looking for people like Jen. Jen, where are you? I see you, girl. I'm looking for people like Jen who just started this year and has already had live bookings on stage. I'm looking for people like Christy. Christy, I see you, girl. Put that smile on your face. Yes, there you are. Christy, who not only said, I'm going to appear on stage, but also started an event series dedicated to helping people find their power. Guys, I'm looking for people like this because I can't reach everybody. I'm not supposed to. You got to reach people I can't reach. I'm looking for people like Daphne, who's taking the stage and creating events for teens and their parents to become better people. I'm looking for people like Alton, who is a finalist in the last event, by the way. He's here with us tonight, who is saving lives through suicide prevention. I'm looking for people like Tasha, who's giving a home to the outcasts. I'm looking for people like Adrian, you see him up here, who wants to speak on big stages like WealthCon. He just spoke on the WealthCon stage right next to Ryan Pineda. I'm looking for people like Willie, who's finding a home for people with dyslexia. By the way, it's a really rude thing that dyslexia is so hard to spell for dyslexics. I'm just putting it out there. That was quite rude of them, right? You hear me on this? Okay, we need to change that word. I'm looking for people like Kelly, who I've worked with for over 10 years, who started her own public speaking business, and she's taking speakers on cruises. And I'm looking for more of these kinds of people. That's who I'm looking for. If that kind of success motivates you, then you are in the right place. These are all students of mine. And this is the world that we're creating together. Now, if this isn't for you, if this is not for you, scan the QR code, join my school community. If you're not ready to show your expertise to the world, if you don't want to use the stage to grow your business, then scan the QR code, join my community, and exit the meeting. Because this training is not for you. If you're not an expert and you want to grow your business in some way, shape, or form using the stage, then this is the redirect to go. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, okay? You're looking for me. Sharon, yes, I am looking for you. Alton says 10 out of 10. Mariella, hands up. You guys are freaking awesome. Now, let's get right to it. You guys ready for some training? You guys ready to level this up? What is up? I see you. Let's go. Is it really possible for you to grow your business from stage? I want to know. I'm seeing some yeses in the chat. You guys are super responsive. I freaking love it. Oh my gosh, we are in the right room with the participants who are showing up in their life. By the way, I watch you in the chat. I see you on my computer here. How much you show up in the chat is a measurement of how much you're showing up in your life. So I see you showing up. Thank you. Let's look at this, all right? What does every business need? Give it a guess in the chat. What does every single business need? Let me know. It needs vision. Yes, it needs clients. It needs leads. It needs money, sacrifice, customers, people. Yeah. Your business can have a great vision, but unless it has this magic thing, it's not going to be a business very long. It's just going to be a dream that sits and gets dusty on the shelves. If your business doesn't have revenue, guess what, guys? It's not a business. It's a pipe dream or an expensive hobby. Now, how do we get revenue? Well, where does revenue come from? Revenue comes from buyers. We all know this, right? Not speaking anything new here. Well, where do we get buyers? This is a magic question many business owners don't know the answer to. Buyers come from leads. Now, how do we get more leads? Who wants to know this? By raise of hand. I want to know. Yeah, how do we get more leads? Check it out. Well, we got to get an audience. We've got to have an audience. Well, where do we get that? How do I find, I have a double question mark on that one. Where do we find audiences? Ding, 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 ding. Stages. You get networking through stages. You get exposure through stages. This is where it happens. Now let's look at the data that proves that I'm right, all right? Know your numbers. Now I pulled this off of Google. You can see the little hyperlink. Yes, I annotated my data, Mrs. Wilson. Thank you so much. Grow your business. In order to do that, you need leads. Well, how are you currently finding them? According to a report published in 2024, the average lead generation is $379 per lead. How many of you feel like that's a little high? Just wondering. If you had to dish out almost $400 every time you wanted a new lead, not a new customer, a new lead. Customers are expensive to find, right? Well, let's change that. I want to change the narrative. What happens when appearing on stages provides an exponential increase in leads? This is a low-cost strategy. Imagine appearing on stages and getting free leads or even getting paid to grow. I can't guarantee that you will always get free leads. Sometimes you will have to invest, and that is okay when the numbers make sense. But if you can get free leads or even get paid to get leads, how many of you would like to learn how to do this? There we go. There we go. Okay, yes, Jacqueline, boom, you're right on the nose. I'm going to get there in just a second. I've built my entire business through the power of stages. My entire business has been through the power of stages. Now, check this out. This is Ty Lopez. And if you don't believe me, believe this guy. Ty Lopez said this recently, and I think that's Twitter or Threads. They look very, very similar. I think this one's from Twitter. He said that the first, and I've got a little graph here to outline this first peak that you see here was the rise of all these corporations that were growing. Then the next bump in this road is the rise of businesses, right? Then the next one was the rise of the individual. We're here right now. This big, big arch that you see at the very end of this here, that's the rise of the individual. The individual brand, the personal brand, the influencer, if you will, before influencer became a job description, right? Your business will achieve its biggest growth through the power of stages. Now, if you don't believe me, here's some more data. Your job isn't safe. Ask me how I know. Your best job security is your personal brand. Your brand is built through stages. Now, I've got this unemployment chart. You can see it here again. Here's the link below if you really care to go look it for yourself. The unemployment rate, that big spike, this weird thing happened in 2020, if you all remember this. It caused a disruption worldwide. Man, if I could have that power of influence, that would be cool. But this worldwide disruption created the biggest spike in job loss that we've ever seen. But do you know what else happened during this spike? The rise of the personal brand. Since we were all at home and we were all doom scrolling on our phones, some influencers made influencer into a job description and said, I'm going to do something about this. Guys, we're going to see ebbs and flows in the economy all the time. I talked about this in our VIP session earlier. We're going to see rises in the economy. We're going to see dips in the economy. And right now we're in a dip. Who freaking cares? It's just the place for opportunity. This is the place where entrepreneurs are born, because if you can weather the winter, then you will blossom in summer. And this is the time for you to rise when most people are freaking out and running the other direction. It takes an extraordinary individual like you to actually do something about it. And many of you are working jobs right now. I get it. But if you want to put that job, that W-2, you want to threaten it with your own income, now is the time. It's time to catch the wave of growth for your personal brand and your personal stage. Yes, deep roots go big pre. So I've got something else for you. I'm going to be giving this away to everybody here. This book that I've written, it's one of my 16 that I've written. It's surprise number 3. It's my latest book, the Ultimate Signature Presentation ebook. This is yours. It's a very short book. It's only 12 pages long, maybe 18, somewhere in there. This is for everyone. At the end of Q&A, it's part of the bundle that I'm giving away. If that's cool for you, just give me a thumbs up. If it's not cool, give me a thumbs down. If you think it's crappy, I want to know. I'm getting feedback. Double thumbs up. Willie took care of us. Okay, I got you. All right, so now I'm sharing my message from stage. This is exactly how I built my business, and I'm not the only one. Look at this. You know all of these names. Just, in fact, type in the chat some of these names that you recognize. Now, I put a really cool picture up there with me and Tony Robbins. I don't know if you know this. This guy's like 7 feet tall. I'm a shorty. I'm like 5 feet, but he towers. You guys recognize some people. There's Tony in there. There's Mel Robbins in there. The Limitless Arena. This had a whole host of amazing speakers. Abraham Lincoln is best known for his speech. In fact, they write movies about speeches. There's people that we recognize. We see Lincoln in there. We see Dan Fleischman. We see Brad Lee. We've got the Muscle in there. We've got, Mel is such a cool, Martin Luther King. All of these amazing people have made their names, put their mark on the planet through the power of stages, which tells you something, because look at this again. Look at how many people are here. Look how long. Abraham Lincoln was born long, long time ago, guys. This is not a phase or a fad or some get rich quick with the next big thing that we're talking about. We're talking about the power of stages that have and will outlive Instagram, that have and will outlive YouTube, that have and will outlive Amazon FBA, that have and will outlive Shopify stores. I'm not saying you shouldn't do any of those things. Those things can be helpful in supporting your stages. What I'm telling you is that when you get good at speaking, when you can use your voice to influence the audience, that is a skill that will live forever. Your stage and your voice will outlive you. There is always time and place for stages, and that time and place is now. So let me share with you my goals. I shared with you a bit ago, though here it is a condensed version. My goal is to make 100 millionaires. I literally have a list on my phone. Alton's name is on it. We're working on making him one of my next millionaires. I want to make you and me $1 billion in revenue because, again, the money needs to be in good hands so it can get to the places where it needs to go on this planet, and I want you to get on 1 million stages doing it. But I have a question. Do you mind if I show you where I started? Does anyone want to see, like, the old me where, like, my first stage recordings and, like, the early, I had big, okay, I'm going to show you. It's not pretty, but I'm proud of her. I'm proud of this girl for getting started. Look at her. She's so cute. This was one of my very first stages. Now, I started speaking when I was 5 years old because thank God for my church. There's no better way to say that. Put me on stage when I was 5 years old. Now, this is a picture of me when I was 12. This was one of my very first speaking competitions at the Optimist Speech Club. I put this picture over here of my hometown. Guys, that's my mascot, if you can believe that. We were the Wheat Ridge Farmers. Once a farmer, always a farmer, right? That's why I have a hobby farm. And look at this girl over here. All of those pictures are of me, by the way, except for the farmer. That pixie blonde girl is from one of my first mentoring videos. Oh my gosh, if you go back and rewatch it, I think I've published it. It is, well, I'm clapping for that girl because she struggled, but she kept going, and I'm glad she did because that brought us to where we are today. So if you ever feel like you're struggling, don't worry, we've all been there. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm very proud of that girl kept going because this is who I am today. 33 years of speaking experience. I went and took a company and 10x'd their revenue. We 3x'd it in 3 months. We 10x'd it within the course of 3 years. 54 million in revenue generated for me and the people that I've worked with. 207,000 lives changed. That's a rough estimate from all the events that I've done. 2.3 thousand stages worldwide, and that number is just growing because we got a lot of work to do, and we're not promised tomorrow. This is what we're up to. But that doesn't matter about me. It matters if you can do it. I've been there. I'm doing that. We're on the journey. But the point of this is you can do it too. If that little girl from Wheat Ridge, Colorado, a town I looked of 30,000 people, if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing that should get in your way. I went from food stamps to financial freedom through the power of stages. Let's freaking go. It's time to catch the wave. How many of you feel this? Type of me in the chat if you're ready to catch the wave of growing your personal brand from the stage. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, we got a lot to do. You need to be on as many stages as possible starting now. Tonight is your first stage. Now, this is really important training. If you're ready to take notes, screenshot this. By the way, I don't believe in competition. Let me just interrupt myself here. I don't believe in competition. I believe in collaboration. Let's grow together, shall we? How many of you want to get in their network and grow with the people in this chat? How many of you want to find your next business partner today? How many of you want to use the power of 2 to multiply your force in the world? Type it in the chat. Yes, I see you. Let's go. I don't believe in competition. We're in collaboration. So everything that you see today, I want it to reach the world. So teach it. I want you to take what you're learning and share it with the world. Maybe you're sharing your own message. That's fine. But guys, if you're connecting with each other, great. Now, if you spam and abuse my audience, I will boot you. That is my one and only warning. But I want you to connect. I want you to share your Instagrams. I want you to find your next business partner here in this meeting tonight. Now, here are the different kinds of stages. Yours, others, digital, physical. You want to know my favorites? Where should you start so you can get on as many stages as possible? Let me show you. These are my favorite free stages that, by the way, you can get on today, even outside this meeting. Tonight is a digital stage. Once you speak, you've been on this digital stage. Add it to your ticker counter. Social media is a stage. Live videos are a stage. Podcasts are a stage. Most of you have my podcast database. That is a free resource for you. Over 500 podcasts looking for guests on that. Go apply to at least 10. Okay, what do I do once I win a stage? Does anyone want to know this answer? Raise your hand. What do I do once I win a stage? Let's find out. Here's a hint. There isn't one short answer. This is what we're here to do. Exactly what we're here to do. Now, here's another screenshot opportunity for you. Take pictures of this, screenshot it. This is the 10-step signature presentation. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this because I've already written a book on it. You can research it after this. It's part of the giveaways for tonight. So here are the 10 steps of the signature presentation. And tonight, the VIPs, they've been practicing, they're going to condense these 10 steps into 2 minutes of power and impact. So screenshot this if you haven't already, all right? It's going to go away. How am I supposed to do that in 2 minutes? Well, here's the answer. You see this accordion here? This accordion is a representation of all of the important things in your signature presentation. In a long signature presentation, you stretch it out and you create impact over 45 minutes or maybe an hour and a half. Tonight, we're going to do sweetened condensed speaking. You're going to open up a can of sweetened condensed milk and share with us your expertise, your joy, and maybe laugh a little. We'll have a little fun with it. It'll be fun. All right, Rich, thank you so much. Okay. How am I supposed to do that in 2 minutes? How do I stretch that out for 2 hours? That's part of what I'm teaching you in the Mastery Hive that some of you are in, okay? So let's take a look at this. This is why most people will never take the stage. They're too afraid. Guys, type it in the chat. What's the number one fear in the world? What is the number one fear in the world? Death is number 4, actually. We looked. Death is number 4. There it is. You guys nailed it. Public speaking is the number one fear in the whole world. Type in the chat also. Why do you think that is? Why do you think public speaking is the number one fear in the world? Death is number 4, by the way. So crazy. I think spiders is number 3. Richard has that one as number 1, I think. His eyes just got real big. Okay.
Oh, you bet. That is definitely spiders, like public speaking. Spiders.
That's Richard's voice, by the way. He's going to be chiming in from time to time. He's the sweet love of my life. Because of a large audience, the audience can be scary. Why is it the number one fear? Let me just go to the chat here. People may judge you. We're afraid to be vulnerable. Assumptions of doom. Well, that sounds like a video game or a drop of an album. Fear of making a mistake, fear of rejection brings up fear. Yeah, the F word is coming up a lot here. Guys, I'm going to blow your minds right now. Public speaking is the number one fear because people are selfish. Here's what I mean by that. If we have stage fright, or if we are afraid, if we're afraid of rejection, if we're afraid that we're going to pee our pants on stage, yes, I've done that. If we're afraid that we're going to get tomatoes thrown at us, if we're afraid that our hair is a mess, if we're afraid that they're not going to love us, what are we thinking about? Me, I, me, I. And that makes a selfish speaker. How many of you have seen selfish speakers on stage before? They're so concerned about how they look. They're over concerned about their ego, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have any selfishness, then you don't have any stage fright. Why? Because you're showing up to serve. I'm not here tonight for me. And I'm not afraid of being here. I'm here tonight for you. I'm here tonight to make you a wealthy and better speaker. It takes practice, it takes repetition, and it takes willingness to fall on your face and be okay with it. John's going to talk about why we should get up 8 times when we fall down 7. I'm really excited for you to hear him. Now it's time to learn how to monetize your message. You guys ready for the 11-step breakdown? Yes. Let me see. Oh, I fell in love with failure. I made it to the adventure of my lifetime. Oh, I love it. Okay, now here's the training. Take screenshots of this stuff. This is my entire formula. First, step number 1, define your expertise. What are you good at? What could you speak on with no preparation? What could you teach about? There's lots of training to this. I'm going to give you a hint to step 1. I didn't coin this phrase. This is not my phrase. I didn't make this. The Japanese made this. It's called ikigai. I actually first heard about this while watching a documentary on Netflix called Blue Zones. Really good show about people who live to be 100. And part of the Japanese reason for living to 100 is because they're in tune with their ikigai. So take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but every decision you make should be based right in the center spot right here in this beautiful flower. Step number 2, your signature presentation. Now, this is the 10-step overview that I shared with you. I gave it to you in this book that you're going to be getting at the end of tonight. Again, how to deliver on stage no matter how much time that you have is the key right here. Now, we're going fast. Again, you get this book right at the end. This is why I'm going very quickly, because I want to get to your stage time. Number 3, create your ebook. Now, your ebook is the tripwire that converts that audience that we talked about into leads. They need a way to say yes to you. They need a way to get what you have, and you need a way to collect their name, email, and phone number. That's how we found each other today. Some of you got in because you saw my ad on Facebook. Some of you got here because you downloaded my ebook. Some of you got here because you were already in my universe. But you must have something for your audience to say yes to that transforms your audience into leads, then into customers, and then into revenue. And now we have a successful business. Cruising right along here, let's go to step number 4. It's time to take the stage when you're at this point in the journey. I only want you to take the stage after you have something to give to the audience. Does this make sense? If so, raise your hand. Good. Excellent. I want you to have multiple stages. I want you to have a goal. In fact, type in the chat, how many stages do you want to appear on before the end of August? I want to know, how many stages do you want to appear on, digital or physical, before the end of August? Jen says 6, 8, 5, 15. Oh, now we're getting busy. 3, 7, 2, 10. Very good. Now, how many of those do you want to be digital or physical stages? Let's get more specific. Digital versus physical stages. I want to know how many digital, how many physical, because you can go live 15 times, and those are 15 stages because you jumped on a digital stage. I've got 1 physical, either or. You got to know your numbers, friend. Nathaniel, I want you, no, either or doesn't work. The universe needs directions. It needs specific. Your GPS needs directions. If you tell your GPS, I could do either, then it won't give you any directions. You got to have directions. Digital, I already have 2 physical stages set up for this fall. Way to go, Sharon. 8 digital, 1 physical. Good. Know the directions. This is why I want you to be specific. If you can't program the GPS coordinates into the GPS, your car will not navigate. If you can't program the GPS coordinates for your dreams, then the world can't help you out. So make sure you know your numbers. Again, easiest and fastest stages. I've showed you this already. Social media, podcasts. You know what podcasts? What's cool about podcasts? They always need guests. It's just like a newspaper that always needs a story to print. You got to get on there. Okay, let's go here. Number 5, sales. It's a beautiful word. It's just a way to describe how we're serving people and making money doing it. Here's where your message transforms into money. You got to get really good at this, which is why I'm also giving every single one of you my entire sales system. I want you to have all of this. It's my guidebook. It's my scripts. It's everything that I use to convert people into customers that love you. I want customers that love you. Good. Podcast episode was published this year. Yes. Okay, Josia, yes, I'm excited to get you my sales system. It's going to be right there for you. Step number 6, fulfillment. Now, this one's easy to say, it's a no-brainer, but often gets overlooked. You have to be able to deliver everything that you promised. How pissed would you be if I said you got all this free stuff and then I didn't give it to you at the end of the night? That would suck, right? That'd be really crappy. If I said, hey, compete at this speak off, and I didn't give you a chance to speak on stage, we just ended the meeting, you'd be kind of pissed, right? Always deliver what you say, and even over-deliver. What is included? You should know this. When is it promised to deliver on time? How will it be delivered? Email, text, mailbox, whatever. Who gets it? How do you qualify for this? How did they earn it? Right? What did you do in order to get this? So have all of those questions answered in your business. As we go to step 7, build out your value ladder. You might be surprised if this appears after the sales, right? How many of you are like, oh, what? That's kind of weird. Well, let me explain why. Your value ladder looks like this, right? You've got your free, you've got then automated how-to, and you've got your done with you, and then you've got your done for you. As you get higher in the value ladder, you're charging more, but it also requires more of your time. Also, think about this. I don't want you to build products that there isn't a market demand for. Here's how you fix that. You only build your value ladder after you've been asked the same question by multiple people. That's a big hint. After you've been asked the same question by multiple people, then you build the product to answer it. That's how you know you're filling the market demand. It'd be really crap. Guys, do you remember Beanie Babies? Do you remember fidget spinners? Right? How everyone thought the Beanie Babies would retire them? Big surprises. Fidget spinners. I met so many people who bought fidget spinners because they thought there was a market demand and now they can't get rid of them. They can't give them away. Don't create things that there's no demand for. Okay? The pool noodle. I'm always buying those things. All right, step number 7, build out your value. Oh, I went the wrong way. Here we go. Step number 8, scaling. Getting on more stages and repeating the process. Here's my thing. I want you to apply to be on podcasts. I want you to apply to be on shows. Ask hosts to refer you to be on other shows. Grow more and do more so that you can grow a business to where you have a bigger audience with more leads, better conversions, which leads me to the next steps. But I want to show you this first. Scaling is all about eliminating things that don't make you money. Right? So this is part of my training. If there's something in my world, let me ask you this first. I asked this in the VIP. How much is your time worth? Do you know? Type in the chat. How many dollars is 1 hour of your time worth? How many dollars is 1 hour of your time worth? I want to know in the chat. $60 an hour. Good. What else? How many dollars is your time worth? 110, 98, 200. I see you. Okay. If you're doing an activity that costs you that amount, you shouldn't be doing that activity. If you're doing an activity that does not make you that amount, then it's time to farm that activity out to a computer or to a person. Because if you know how much your time is worth, you shouldn't be doing things that aren't worth your time or that pay you in other ways, right? Playing with my kids doesn't make me $200 an hour. But I don't want to be making $200 an hour unless my computer's doing it for me. Like, that's not where my focus is. When I'm playing with my kids, I want my computer to be making me $200 an hour. I'm not hell-bent on that. My time is most valued to my children at that point. Okay, let's get on to step 9, introducing automation. This is where it gets real fun. Real fun. Some of you are already automating things. Good on you. Here's a couple of things. You can take a picture of this if you want to. There are free automation tools out there. There's just a couple of examples that I've shared. Paid automation tools. This speaks to the last step, because if you can have a computer do what costs you your most valuable asset, which is your time, have a computer do it. If I pay Go High Level $9 an hour or $9 a month or whatever it is to get my time back, because I know how much money my time is worth, then I want to do that. Okay? All right, then let's go to step number 10. This is a very important step. If you don't know your numbers in business, then you don't have a thriving business. You might be missing things. Here's the numbers I want you to know. Again, feel free to screenshot this. Audience size. How big is the audience I'm speaking to given the stage? What is the opt-in rate of that audience? In other words, if I give my thingy away, how many people say yes to it? You're shooting for 80%, by the way. What is my booking rate after that? How am I converting the opt-ins into actual leads? Okay, and after that, how many of them show up to my appointment? After that, how many of them close? In other words, buy something from me. And after that, what is the average dollar spend, or in other words, average cart value of each client? You should know these numbers for each stage that you are on. Because if you don't know your numbers, you can't change your numbers. You measure what matters, in other words. Now we're going to patch the holes. That's the next step. What's the weakest number? Where's your weakest link? Then you got to fix that number. Maybe your weakest link is your show rate. Maybe your weakest link is your conversion rate. Maybe no one's saying yes to what you have to offer, whatever the case may be. Maybe all of those numbers are great, but one of these steps is weak for you. Maybe your fulfillment sucks. Maybe you haven't scaled yet. Maybe you are not getting on enough stages. You need to optimize what is weakest and then circle back again and start all over. This is all you need to make money from stage, my friends. If you follow these 11 steps, you will be able to transform your audience and get the right buyers so that the buyers who work in your world are raving fans. And let me tell you, I've had people come into my world that are not the right fit. And we lasted 2 months together in our community before we both realized, guys, we got to part ways. I love you and what you're doing, but it's not in parallel with mine. I want the right buyers. Raise your hand if you want the right buyers in your world. Raving fans. Yes, that is what we're going for. All right, remember why you're here, my friends. Remember why you're here. You're not here because of me. You're not here because of the ad. You're not here because of whatever email that you got. You're here because there is a message inside of you. Not just a message that you need to share, because anyone can talk, but a message that people, your people specifically, need to hear. You're here because you know that someone's life can be saved or changed for the better because of you. Type a 1 in the chat if you feel that. This might be your first stage. This might be your 100th stage. But every stage is an opportunity for your growth and the growth of your people. You're here because you have a dream that's bigger than you. And I want to be the fuel that ignites it. So let's freaking go. Oh, I see thousands and lots of ones in the chat. Oh, yes. All right, guys, we're coming down to the time where it is almost time for you to take the stage. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited. We've been working with our VIPs. Those people that were in VIP, they get a chance to go first. They got a guaranteed spot on stage, and then we're going to get as many of you as we can given the time that we have. So what's the last thing that you need to do before you take the stage, whether it's this one or a physical stage? Guess in the chat. I want to know. Christy knows. She threw it right in the chat. What's the very, very last thing you do before the curtain parts and you take the stage? Yes, take a deep breath. Get yourself grounded. I want everyone to do that right now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. It's not about you anymore. You've already achieved the pinnacle. You're already there. You're already on stage. You've already put in the time, energy, and work and taken the arrows in your back to get where you are. You've already been through the hard times. Now it's just time to share it. Also, forget everything that I just said. I want you to forget the body language, the stage geography, the 10 steps. I want you to forget about scaling. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time to smile and serve. Because you're not here for you. Type in the chat, who are you here for? Who are you showing up for? You're showing up for everyone here. You're showing up for Jacqueline. You're showing up for Julie. You're showing up for Val. You're showing up for Darlene and Judy and Jim and Mariah and Rocco and Tyler. You're showing up for the people that came to hear your message. That is what this is for. Okay, we're going to go into a quick Q&A before we jump into our training. Any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I'm here for y'all. I love it, Jacqueline. You're here for the people that you're called to. Gosh, you guys are freaking inspiring. I love you people. Jasmine, you have the most beautiful smile, by the way. I love looking over and seeing you in the chat. It's gorgeous. Show up for myself so the world can learn the message the way I can share. Some of you are showing up for the younger version of you because you promised yourself you would. I give a tip of the hat to you. All right, okay, if we don't have any questions, we're gonna go ahead and tell you how this is gonna go down. So during the competition, you're gonna raise that digital hand. Some of you have already done it. We're gonna let our VIPs go first. You're gonna raise your digital hand. What that's gonna do is put you in the queue for speaking. So if you wanna take a turn, you're gonna raise your digital hand to do that. Number 2, you gotta have your camera on. If your hand is raised and your camera is not on, we will go to the next person. You gotta have that camera on. Now, even if you're not speaking, I want you to have your camera on because we all can see and feel each other's energy. We can see your smiling, beautiful faces. We can see the hip, hip hoorays. We can see the chest claps for the round of applause. We can see all of that. So have your cameras on even if you're not speaking. How you do one thing is how you do all things. You got to show up. Also, leave kudos in the chat. Guys, if you hear something you like, let us know. Let each other know. Cheer for each other. Clap for each other. Encourage each other. This is a place of support. Number 4 is connect with other speakers. Guys, I don't care if you post your Instagram in the chat. I don't get, let other people know that you're out there. Let's support each other. How many of you, by raise of hand, are in for this? Raise your physical hands. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're all here. Guys, do you know how many millions of decisions had to be made in order for all of us to get in the same room together? We will never have the same room ever again with all the chemistry that is here. Leverage it. Get to know each other. Find it your next business partner. Get to know one another. This is a very special place, and I've designed this room for just this purpose. And let's have some fun doing it, shall we? Yeah, there's a comedian in this group. I know there is. I keep trying to be one. Sometimes it doesn't work. It's okay. Let's have some fun doing this thing. I just made Richard smile. Boom, it just made my day. All right, let's go here. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for you to own the stage. Before you jump on stage, give yourself a huge round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. I see you. I see you. Take a deep breath in. And before we start, I want you to do one thing for me. Think about having already delivered your signature presentation. Close your eyes, put yourself in a room. See how many people are in that room that came to hear your voice and be gifted by the power of your message. Now think about having just delivered your presentation and now you're walking off stage. What does it feel like? The adrenaline's pumping. You've just served the world. What does it feel like to just have stepped on that stage, put that feeling into one word, and now put it in the chat? I want to see it. I want to see that word. I want to feel the energy of the bliss and the joy and the excitement. Christy, show us what it looks like when you just step off stage. Yes. Woo! Make some noise. Extraordinary, ecstatic, full of power, courage, grateful. Message needs to be spread, inspiring, electrifying. That is the energy with which I want you to present. So take that energy, put it in a bottle, and drink from it, because that is the power within. That is how we show up. That power within gets to be the power externally as well. And that is how I want you to take the stage, from a place of gratitude and excitement. And now it is time to bless the world with the power of your voice. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage our very first speaker. Put your hands together and welcome Tristan as our very first speaker on the official Speak Off. Tristan, take it away. Your 2 minutes is starting now.
Awesome. My name is Tristan Trenberth. I moved to this country as an adult. It took me over 10 years to realize that many people, including myself, are not ready for retirement. Retirement isn't just about getting older, it's about having enough residual income so you don't have to work anymore. Who in this room can be sure that their retirement is going to be exactly what they need or more than they imagined? Anybody?
Okay, I'm going to unmute you.
Not seeing many hands go up. Who has more in their retirement account now than they anticipated? Any hands? Who knows exactly what is in their account now and regularly tracks it? It's a scary thought, isn't it? If you have a job, your company may offer you things like 401ks and maybe group life insurance. These are supposed to help save retirement, but no one really explains what's best for you. These things offer the company's tax breaks. Not necessarily that it's the best option for you. Many people assume by the time they're 65, this is going to be enough to help them stop working. It's rarely true. In today's world, people often buy things they don't need with money they don't have. This isn't the American dream. This is living into the American nightmare. When you reach 65, you may well find out that you can't afford to retire, travel, or even cover medical costs. It's important to start taking control of your money now. Learn about what you have, what you're missing, and how to plan for your future. By doing this, you can build a solid financial foundation for your family. It's also important to teach children how to manage money at an early age. Why not let them build their dream from 20, 30 years earlier than we began building our dreams? Make the difference for the future generations in your family. Join me and set the foundation to build and live your dream. Start now, and it may just become reality sooner than you've imagined. Go to midlifetomillions.com, sign up for the education platform, and complete the questionnaire.
Give Kristen a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That is our 2 minutes. Well done. Now, friends, I want you to be keeping track of speakers that inspire you. Again, thank you for all the accolades in the chat. Light it up, cheer for each other, because at the end of the speakers, we're going to be doing a vote. So write down the speaker's name and what you liked about it on some notes, because we're going to be doing a vote for deciding our finalists later on. Our next speaker is John Porter. Ladies and gentlemen, bring John Porter to the stage with a huge round of applause. John, your 2 minutes starts now.
John, you are not unmuted.
we good to go?
Now we got you.
All right. A man falls 7 times, but what does it take for him to get back up the 8th? It takes God, strength, grace, and resiliency. See, for me, the last 2 years have been an emotional roller coaster filled with trauma, headache, heartache, and moments that will make the average person throw in the towel. You see, 2 years ago, I caught COVID, and 6 months after catching COVID, it turned into long COVID. I lost my job, I lost my girl, I lost several family members that passed away, and I've even experienced betrayal at the highest extent. I was living in a house in foreclosure with no running water, with no AC. I had officially hit rock bottom. And it took moments at nighttime for me to realize, where did I end up like this? I had a decision I had to make. Was I going to fold or was I going to fight? Was I going to bend or was I going to break? See, quitting is in my DNA. So I decided to lace up the gloves and fight. So in spite of everything that I lost, I never lost my joy. I never lost my peace. And I never lost my faith in God. I just continued to fight, push, press, and play. Through every hurdle and every obstacle the enemy tried to rob me of, I made it. So fast forward to 2024. They had to rehire me in order to retire. Yes, I was able to retire. My house is no longer in foreclosure. I made it. I wrote 4 books in 2 years. I made it. I obtained my life coaching certification. Guess what? I made it. My name is John Porter, and my latest book, Conquering the Cave, will be out Monday. And I will explain to you how I faced and conquered my cave, because guess what? I made it.
Give it up for John Porter, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, my friend. All right, next we are welcoming to the stage the one and only Christy Hunter. Bring her to the stage with a huge round of applause. Christy, your 2 minutes starts right now.
By a raise of hands, how many of you have ever experienced having a lump in your throat and you are unable to speak? That lump is your false vocal folds closing, and they're trying to stop you from sharing your message. Fear, anxiety, and stress will make them close. And there are 2 ways to retract these. It's by laughing out loud or sobbing with a cry. My name is Christy Hunter, and I am the Vocal Empowerment Coach. I've empowered hundreds to own their voice and reach their dreams by releasing their trapped emotions through emotional breakthroughs and vocal techniques. 13 years ago, I was dragged to Time Out for Women by my sisters. My family was stuck in triangulation, and my marriage was hanging by a thread. I had no desire to be surrounded by happy people with happy families. But an incredible performer, Hillary Weeks, took the stage, sharing her story and singing. And I danced in the rain. I let my dreams know I hadn't forgotten them. These words changed my life. I knew that no matter what was happening, I could choose to find joy in the rain of my life. I wanted to transform lives the way Hillary Weeks had changed mine. And I bravely began to free my voice by connecting to my true emotions by writing songs. I danced and sang through some of the hardest moments of my life, no longer silenced, preparing for the day I would share from the stage. And in 2024, I took the stage for the first time, fulfilling my dreams by creating an event series called Power Within Events. Now I have spoken on multiple stages, sharing my personal stories and singing my original songs.
I'm gonna unmute you.
My goal is to help 100 clients prepare to sing and speak on Power Within stages. Are you one of them? Are you ready to release your voice in a heart-centered message?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Christy. Well done. And I love seeing all of the chat going on. You guys are incredible. Thank you for showing up for each other. All right, Richard, who do we have next on our queue?
Up next is Josia.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Josia.
Hey everyone, I'm Josia Cornwise, and I am known as the master of moving your mojo. Have you ever felt like there's some dream you just couldn't break through to? That is called stuck mojo. Have you got some? You can type mojo in the chat if you've ever felt that. I've had my mojo frozen shut. But what helps me the most? Dancing.
You are muted.
Dancing saved my life. Now, I know it sounds like a big, profound statement, but in my 20s, I was kidnapped, raped, and at gunpoint. And dancing is the key to what helped me to heal. Now,
Other people
as
are
someone with a
muted
master's in
because
counseling
it's
psychology,
not
a
webinar.
master's in
They can
coaching,
unmute themselves.
and a trained breathwork teacher, helping tens of thousands for 3
Costs
decades,
a lot of money.
I learned we need to bring the mind, emotion, and the body together and move with it from the inside out
I'm going to unmute.
to truly transform self-hate, self-sabotage, and invisibility. So many of us bury our dreams from big or small traumatic experiences, and they are held in our bodies. What if I told you I found a way to break through quicker than years of therapy, coaching, and fitness and meditation? I built a game-changing online coaching program called Rise Up and Dance. It helps stop the cycle of stress, self-sabotage, and self-denial, and it creates a life-changing
You're
blueprint
muted.
for the authentic and
You're
joyful
good.
you. You don't need to like dance. You don't need to know how to dance. You don't need to be any body type, age, fitness level. As I did this course, rinse, repeat, my dreams began manifesting. Within 3 months, I became a TEDx speaker, 6 months, an award-winning and best-selling author, and twice featured within 9 months on the iconic New York Times Square billboard. My deepest desire is to help you break through what seemed impossible. If you're curious, grab your free gift at www.josiacornwise.com/gift and let's dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Josia. Well done. All right, up next is Jacqueline Campbell. Please help me welcome her to the stage with a huge round of applause. Jacqueline, your 2 minutes begins now.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Who here has ever been afraid to tell your loved one the truth and have them leave? My name is Jacqueline Campbell, and I am the author of We Always Make It. I am from Southern Utah and come from divorced parents and divorced grandparents. I am here to heal marriages and help couples move through their toughest times and darkest secrets. A few years ago, my husband and I were on the way home from a bar celebrating our last payment on our truck
55.
when we were followed
It's
by a
dropping
cop,
little bit
pulled
now.
over, and my husband
but
was
it's okay.
arrested
We
for a
still have good
DUI. Immediately after this experience, I lost trust in myself and my relationship. I struggled for a while finding this trust. And on one day, we were driving home from Vegas after we attended his best friend's wedding. And we were screaming at the top of our lungs how much we love each other, but asking ourselves, do we keep going or do we divorce? And the tools I use to heal are love and truth. Love is my healer, and it's the most powerful thing in the world. And if you've seen Dr. Emoto's water experiments, you know what I'm talking about. And truth is so freeing, even if it hurts. Now, everyone just take a moment and imagine how you'd feel if you told your loved one the truth. I'm sure you'd feel relieved, even if it hurts. I know I did. Now, I'd love to connect with you on Instagram or Facebook. My tag is @JackOrlean. My husband and I have moved forward through our hard times with love and truth. And if we can do it, I know you can too.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Well done, Jacqueline. Well done. Thank you so much. Just a quick reminder to go ahead and mute yourself unless you're speaking up next. That will be a beautiful space for all of us to share our messages in. All right, our next speaker, please help me welcome to the stage with a round of applause, Rocco Wells.
Good to go?
We got you. Your 2 minutes begins now.
Okay. How's everybody doing today? I'm Rocco. But before I really start speaking, I want to give everybody just a round of applause who spoke before me, because this stage is not my own, it's everyone else's here. So, heard a lot of great stories, like hearing everyone's stories who's a lot older than me means a lot. Because right now I'm only 18 years old, and I first started this passion about 2 years ago. I started doing Bible studies, all on my own, created everything by myself, did it for 2 years. Last 3 months, I decided to get serious with it. And it wasn't because I want money constantly. It wasn't because I thought that I had a big dream or a big purpose in this world. I just simply want to find reasoning to live another day. I want to simply find a reasoning to become the best I can be. And throughout this journey and this time log, I've learned an essential thing that everybody has a unique positioning in life. And mine was having 3 older brothers who are inclined for greatness. You know, all them entrepreneurs and succeeding for different things, which allows me to be here today speaking to you guys, which I'm forever grateful. And the greatest thing that I would have to say is that through all the struggles, through all the losses, you know, a lot of people have shared a lot of heartfelt moments, is that lean into that and don't be afraid of that. Because for me, how I've grown at 18 years old through everything and being able to gain the ability to speak. And I'm not even speaking from a script. I'm just speaking just off my heart. So I feel like I just want to deliver a message to you guys, is because when you have something on your heart and it hurts real bad, dive into that. Because what my father left me when he passed away when I was only 12 years old was to maximize their potential. And I feel is that everybody has unique positioning and they all have unique gifts that they all can do greatness for, but you just have to lean into that and really trust into God. So everyone just wants you to maximize your potential and know that you are meant for greatness. Love y'all.
All right. Well done, Rocco. Give him a round of applause. Awesome work. Now, help me welcome to the stage with another huge round of applause, Jen Kitterman. Put your hands together.
Jen, you are muted. Go ahead and unmute and I'll restart your timer.
Not yet.
No, we cannot hear you. Okay,
we can go to the next one.
To the next
and
person.
Just a quick reminder, again, you guys are doing incredible. I love reading your chat with each other. I see your names popping up more and more often, sharing accolades, sharing high fives, sharing awesome jobs. You guys are the best audience in the world. Another reminder, please take note of the speakers that you're loving and make sure that you log a mental note, because we're going to be voting for the finalists at the very, very end. We're going to bring up our next speaker. Jen will come back and circle back to you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, wait. Jen, we hear you. It's
did it
working.
work?
Guys, put your hands together. Jen, your 2 minutes starts now.
Excellent. Who is ready to stop counting calories or spending hours in the gym to lose weight? I'm Jen Kitterman, the health empowerment coach, and I struggled through my whole life with my weight. And I would just punish my body with over exercising or trying to not eat and to try and manage my weight. And a few years ago, I got up over the 200-pound mark, and I just realized that I needed help. And so I dropped to my knees and I asked for it. And within 2 weeks, I found the coach that I needed. What if I could show you 4 simple steps how I lost 50 pounds in under 6 months? Would that be pretty cool? Put a yes in the chat if so. So the first one is prioritize protein. Make protein the focus of every meal. The second one is drink a gallon of water a day. The third one is find a supportive accountability group, one that will catch you when you fall. And the fourth is the most important, and that is to learn to love yourself exactly as you are. And once you start working with your body, you can truly bless it for this beautiful gift that it is. I would love to continue this with you. If you will go to jenkitterman.com, I'm doing a free 30-day challenge, and you can apply there. Our bodies are a gift, not a curse. And I believe everyone can learn to love their bodies if they start today.
Put your hands together. Well done, Jen. Well done. All right, our next speaker is Tyler Jensen. So please put your hands together and help me welcome Tyler to the stage.
Awesome, thank you. Focus dictates perception. When my wife and I just had our second baby a few months in, we actually went and purchased a new Chevy Traverse from a dealership. And we were so excited about this new purchase that we wanted to share it with all of our friends and family. And we loaded up our kids in the car and then realized we hadn't taken a picture yet. So with our newborn buckled in the back seat, my oldest daughter got out and we took a picture in front of the car. And in our haste, we sent it to our friends and family with the caption of our new baby. And immediately we get a reply from my dad that says, "Did you trade in Lucas?" And the focus dictated the perception. Our focus was on the new vehicle, yet my dad's focus was on our family. And through the same message, the focus dictated the perception. Let me do an activity with all of you. And Marie Ann, if you could be the voice for the audience, that would be wonderful. I want everybody to look around your room and for 10 seconds, focus on everything in the room that is white. Remember everything in the room that is white around you. Now, Marie Ann, if you could come on as well and be our voice, I need everybody to close your eyes. And Maria Ann, I want you to tell me everything in the room that you can remember that is orange.
Nothing.
How many white things could you remember?
3.
3, wonderful. Your focus dictates perception. Focus on positives, focus on goals, and you will achieve it in life.
Put your hands together for Tyler, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Well done. And guys, I am loving the chat. I love how you're sharing the laughs. I love how you're sharing your accolades. Again, you can't overdo it. Keep showing up for each other. Now, our next speaker is one of the finalists from the first episode of the Speak Off. Please help me welcome to the stage with a round of applause, Alton Wheelhouse.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you today. My name is Alton Wheelhouse. I'm a mental health advocate and a wellness coach, and I'm super glad that you're here today. First off, I want to make sure to ask a question to you. Drop a 1 in the chat for me if you know that your time is precious. And second, and this could be you or somebody else that you think of, but how many of you have made a decision or know somebody who's made a decision that you've struggled to forgive yourself for? Drop a 2 if that's you. And third, type a 3 if you know that there is always a choice. The charity that I'm putting together is called Shatter 55 because I want to be able to add 1 second of time to the clock. Every 55 seconds, somebody decides that that is their last moment on this planet. And in the face of such awful destruction, the thing that I have found the most common and most difficult to overcome is that self-forgiveness. And so, the antidote to destruction is creation, and there are 4 emotions that I want you to focus on and 4 tools that go with them. First, love. Love yourself and the opportunity to change. You have risen to this challenge and you're taking on this moment that you are in. Second, peace. Make peace with the fact that you have survived every challenge that has brought you to this moment, and you're going to continue to survive everything that has yet to come. Third, gratitude. True, honest gratitude to that former self and the mistakes that you made. Nobody makes a decision out of anything but self-interest and self-preservation. So those mistakes were you protecting yourself to get you to this moment. And then finally, after you've made it through those things, joy. Identify the joy that you want to feel and find it every day. I have a challenge for you. I'd like you to go to Instagram tonight and record the thing that you are most excited to work through and that you've forgiven yourself for, and tag me at Alton_abundant for a chance to join me on my Shatter 55 podcast launching later this year. I'm super excited to hear from you and to see you grow.
Put your hands together for Alton, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Well done. All right, friends, up next is Sharon Maurice. I hope I said your name correctly. Welcome to the stage. You got 2 minutes. It starts now.
Oh. I don't think he's aware. Oh, Big Mo. His name is Big Mo as well.
Big Mo.
Nope. Okay.
All right.
We're going to move on to the next
Hey, Marianne,
one.
we're struggling to hear you.
Oh.
That's because I was muted. Thank you, Richard, for the unmute button. All right, our next speaker, guys, give it up for Alton one more time. Well done, well done. Our next speaker, will you hold up that whiteboard again so I can make sure I try and say this correctly? Sharon Maurice, Big Mo, I think is the name on screen. There you are. I see you. What's up, brother? Welcome to the stage. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen a scar on somebody and you was wondering what happened? Or you was like, how did that get there?
My bad. I'm sorry.
The question you was really asking yourself is, what is the story behind the scar? See, I know scars all too well. I got them throughout my body. It was like a normal day. I was in the Marine Corps and I'm getting off duty and I'm tired more than I think I am. And next thing I know, I'm driving my Mitsubishi Galant and going down the street, and I doze off and head on into a Suburban. My car slipped me out of control, and I wake up where I'm lying in this hospital bed where I had to spend there almost a year learning how to walk again, learning how to talk again, 25 surgeries, a trach in my neck for 5 years, and then even my eyeball was knocked out of the socket. It was pushed down on the inside of my cheek, just hanging by a nerve. The doctors couldn't explain, but the law of gravity, how come it didn't just fall off? And it was just hanging there until they could put it back in place. The truth of the matter is sometimes in life, we gotta just learn how to hang on until we can get back in place. The truth of the matter, every last one of us have a story. I have a story, you have a story. We all have a story. Know that your story is going to impact somebody else's life. So don't stop sharing your story. Story of scars. It's not just physical, but we all go through mental scars, whether it's divorce, whether it's breakup, whether this or that. We all have been through some things in life, and we have a story to share. Don't stop sharing your story. I love y'all. Hey, it's Big Mo. It's Sharon Thomas, a.k.a. Big Mo, because I bring a message of empowerment everywhere I go. Letting y'all know that I love y'all, and I promise you can't do nothing about it. Peace.
Put your hands together for Big Mo, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? I see those. I hope, Mo, that you're seeing in the chat all of these fireworks that are going on here. Richard, will you hold that up one more time for me? Our next speaker is the one and only Jasmine Conte. Please put your hands together. Girl, you got 2 minutes. Your time is now.
Hi, everybody. All right. My name is Jasmine Conte, and I have a story to tell. One of resilience, inner strength, and triumph over adversity. Puberty was a strange time in my life. My body was undergoing so many changes. Amongst all the turmoil, my home life was getting very strange. My stepfather's cruelty knew no bounds. I felt so alone. It wasn't until one day my teacher put on a film called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. Seeing young Maya go through similar tragedies and come out so resilient gave me strength. It changed my mindset. It is the reason I opened up my life coaching business, Maximizing Potential. Because I believe that every young woman has a warrior spirit, and that if given the chance, we all can come out from a tragedy and adversity just as beautiful. I want everyone who resonates with my story and feels that they too have a warrior spirit to visit my website, maximizingpotential.com. That's max with 2 X's, because we are taking potential to the max. I want you to visit me there and tell me how you feel about overcoming adversity, just as I did. Thank you.
Taking it to the max. Put your hands together for Jasmine. Well done. Well done. Our next speaker is Judy. Judy, you have 2 minutes. Congratulations. Welcome, Judy, to the stage with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. My story started very young. I came from a very dysfunctional family. My father was never around. I was the first left-hander, told I couldn't do anything, was never going to amount to anything. I went through sexual abuse, physical, mental, and verbal. Along the course, I still have my determination. There was a voice saying, "You're better than that." I could have been a prostitute. I could have been a drug addict, an alcoholic, but I knew there was something better. In '86, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. My whole life changed. I couldn't do anything. The pain was so great. I had to come to acceptance that I have it. There's nothing I can do about it, but I had a choice. Am I going to let it run me, or am I going to run it? So for 30 years, I've dealt with depression, and I've done everything that people say that you can't do when you have fibro. I was a truck driver. I went to dairies, loaded the milk, went to the factories, got laughed at because it was funny. I had to go inside the box of the trailer to hook up the hose, and all you could see was my feet hanging out. The diversities that I've gone through, I've been able to help other people. I've gone to college, got my doctorate degree. I've been a peer recovery specialist for 6 years. Now I'm looking into being a coach and a speaker to help other people get through and learn how to use those powers they have inside of them to control their pain and their destiny, what God has got them to do. Thank you for listening. My name is Dr. Judy Stowe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Judy. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. Welcome. All right, our next speaker is the one and only Leslie. Leslie, welcome to the stage. Your 2 minutes begins now. Give it up for Leslie, friends. Leslie. Leslie, there we go.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I haven't gotten this. I'm just gonna throw this out there. So before I get started right now, I just really want people to take a minute, stop, and just think to yourself. If what Leslie tells us in this is true, show me something. Make it a butterfly, whatever you choose, just something insignificant. Just ask to be seen it. And then when it shows up in your life, you'll know. And what I'm talking about is mental health. Mental health is a huge thing for me because in 2006 and 2007, I had an entire breakdown of my whole entire body, mentally and emotionally, to the point that they were going to, my diagnosis was if I lived, that I would either be hospitalized, have to live in the home, or I would have to have care all around me. And what I can tell you is I live by myself and I'm thriving, really, really happy. And what I did is I learned how to live from the inside out. And what I mean by this is I learned to figure out who I was on the inside and live my life being incredibly authentic. And because I did this and I took the time to do this, I actually have stronger relationships. I know myself a lot better. And I'm living now with purpose and meaning. And I think that that is truly what we're here for. You know, each and every one of us has a purpose. We have a soul, we have a life purpose and a soul mission here. And I think it's up to us, and it truly is our responsibility to hold ourselves accountable and live to that reason why we're here. Now, one of the things, if you're interested in learning more, please visit my website. It's at lesliekozak.com. And I actually have a free gift for everyone. If you sign up and you really want to dig down into something, I am so giving you 30 minutes of my time so that we can nail it out, because I am determined to do everything I can to reach one soul at a time and heal the world. There, I'm done. I'll put my stuff in the box.
All right, give it up for Leslie. Well done. Well done. Our next speaker taking the stage is the one and only Renee Moore. Please put your hands together and help me welcome to the stage, Renee. Your 2 minutes begins now.
Show me, everyone, which of you would be interested in shortcuts to improving your health given the opportunity. My name is Renee Moore. I'm a certified iridologist. What that is I look at people's eyes, I see the differences in colors and patterns and markings so that I can know what their strengths are and their weaknesses to help them improve their health. December 25th, 1976, my life turned for the big, huge change. I had a grand mal seizure at 9 years old. A seizure is a loss of consciousness, violent muscle spasms and shaking, and I was non-responsive in breathing for over 5 minutes. My mom, thankfully, was a surgical nurse, and her and my dad did CPR and revived me. Fast forward to 1996, when I learned about nutrition and the power of food, removing toxins, and supplementing nutrients and vitamins for your own body. So each of us is very different. For some of us, for me, eggs is my weakness. They may be healthy and great for most people, but for me, it'll give me a seizure. For my son, it's grains grown in the United States. European grains are great. If you give him anything from the United States, it'll give him an asthma attack. So what I do is I help people to remineralize, to get rid of parasites, to also see what their gene SNPs are, and then work with that around there so that they can have foods so they can energize the day and have an optimal day. All right, leading their life and doing what they love to do. So follow me on School on More Natural and for more tips and insight into having the best health ever.
Put your hands together for Renee. Ladies and gentlemen, well freaking done. All right, up next is a dear friend of mine who's going to be taking the stage. Welcome to the stage with me, Tasha Wheelhouse, another finalist in the last event. Give her a huge round of applause. Your 2 minutes begins now.
You need to unmute, Tasha. Sorry.
Oh, gosh. I am like the fifth person who's done that today, y'all. I'm so sorry.
You're good. All right.
Guilty too. It's
I'm going to
okay.
start over your timer now.
Awesome. Okay, this is the right group to ask this question, and I want you to wiggle, get your arms a little ready, okay? I want you to raise your hand if you were here because you have a message. Raise it high. Yes. Oh, I see everybody coming up. Okay, raise both hands if it is, I want to be heard by that message by 1 million people. Million people. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Everyone's really excited about this. Okay, now I want this for you too. Now, the exciting thing about this is that I've got the best kept secret in the most unusual place, and I want to share it with you because it lies in horror. Now, if that surprises you, put a 1 in the chat. I mean, what could you possibly learn from scary movies and slashers and scary clowns and, I don't know, vampires or that weird nightmare you had last night where the one apparently you're being chased by baloney and it was terrifying in the moment, but when you tried to explain it to someone in the morning, that wasn't that scary, right? Well, my name is Tasha Wheelhouse, and I have been published. I have a horror podcast that just celebrated 45,000 downloads this year. And I, too, was struggling with what my message was because I live in your nightmares. I am the child that October raised. I love scary things. And so as I was trying to figure out this message, I realized I needed to go to the most professional people who knew how to tell me what to do in order to craft this. How can I scare people? Because not everybody's scared of the same thing. In fact, if you've ever struggled with how to craft your message, please share that with me and put a 2 in the chat because then I know I'm not alone in that fear, right? Yeah, see plenty of people, Cheryl, Jacqueline. And as I asked this panel of horror writers, like, how do I write horror so that I don't abandon anybody in what it is I want to do? They said this one thing, write what scares you. And this is so important because it means you're not alone in what you fear. Everybody here has a message today because we want to find freedom through dance. We want to find freedom in finances. And that is so important because all that is centered from a place where we've found a need to heal. My name is Tasha Wheelhouse, and thank you so much for today.
Put your hands together for Tasha, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Your chat is cracking me up. Someone's got baloney nightmares. This is pretty weird. All right, friends, the next speaker we have on our docket tonight, another dear friend of mine. Please help me welcome to the stage the one and only Cheryl Bishop. Cheryl, your 2 minutes starts now.
Well, thank you. So we never know when our last day is, but if you knew today was your last day on earth, what would you say and do differently? Are the choices that you made today the things that you would choose to do? Or would you do them a little bit different? And if your answer is, I would have changed them, then maybe put in the chat one thing that you would have done differently. Would you stand up and do those things today if you knew they would benefit those you loved? My name is Cheryl Bishop, and if today was the day I knew I would die and that I had no more tomorrows, I would do everything I could to help the people I loved in my life to feel important. I'm not alone in this. I know this because when polled, the public was found to say, with an exception of a few wild cards who thought they might rob a bank or an auto dealership, said that they would spend their last day with family and friends. Show a 1 if you agree. 10 years ago, my husband and I had just put together our last dollars of savings and opened a small business. In addition, we had 3 children and a brand new baby. We found ourselves excited with all the possibilities and potential in front of us. But we had a roommate that had a mental breakdown and became incredibly aggressive and unsafe. And not only did that scare myself, but it scared our small children. I remember leaving the house and trying to find a safe place that day, and knowing that we didn't have the ability financially to go anywhere else. If that person could have done that, been that aggressive to me.
Congratulations, Cheryl. That's your 2 minutes. Well done. Well done. And thank you for all your participation in the chat. I'm loving seeing that. Our next speaker up is Deborah Jackson. Deborah, welcome to the stage. Please welcome Deborah with a round of applause. Your 2 minutes begins now.
Hello, everyone. This has been a fabulous night. I didn't expect this, and I appreciate it from all, and I want to hear more stories. One of the things I want people to really take in is that you are not alone. It's nice when we have the energy and we're seeing smiles and we're getting the testimonies, and then we're left at the end of the evening perhaps alone, but I want people to understand and walk away knowing that we all have choices. And with those choices, we want to make positive decisions today for a better tomorrow. So this night is a choice that we made, making it positive. So no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what dreams were deferred, you recognize you have the power within, believing in yourself, believing in others, but mainly reaching in that power when you are actually alone and you feel defeated. Know that you are not. You are just getting started, baby. You are just rising. And age doesn't mean a doggone thing. I want people to also understand you may have a full-fledged career, and then the next day, it's gone. You may never have gotten that dream job, and you feel failure, defeated. That is just a lesson for you to reach higher and more within your soul. So remember, positive choices today for a better tomorrow, and send your message out there, baby. Don't stop. My name is Deb Renee. You can reach me at deb_speaks@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for all the stories tonight.
Thank you, Deborah. Round of applause. Beautiful job. All right, friends, our next speaker is Liz Watt. Please help me welcome her to the stage with a huge round of applause. Liz, your 2 minutes starts now.
By raise of hands, who wants to elevate their life? I'm Liz Watt. I'm the CEO of Elevated Learning, and I run Be Healthy Utah. I was 14 years old, and my dad asked if I wanted to go flying. We jump into his car, and we head to the airport. He looks over at me, and he says, Lizzie, I've already had a heart attack. So if you want to go flying with me, you have to learn how to fly. All of a sudden, I had fear surged through me. Does he really think I can fly a plane? We get to the airport, I jump into the cockpit, and I look at the instruments in front of me, and he could sense my nervousness. And he said, Lizzie, I know that you are nervous, but you have to listen to everything I say if you want to be able to fly this plane. So I did exactly everything he said. And all of a sudden we're going down the runway, and we lift off into the air. He looks over at the mountain range and he says, we're gonna go over top of those mountains. But you have to follow everything that I say, otherwise we'll crash into them. So I followed everything he said, and we made it to the peaks of the mountains. And as we went over the mountains, I saw things there that I never had seen before. I saw rushing rivers and waterfalls and a never-ending forest. We crossed the peaks, and I did exactly everything he said, and we landed the plane safely. Flying with my dad that day, I learned 3 things. I learned that we have to push through our fears. Second, we have to be able to listen to that voice that's within us. Because if there's a coach or a mentor or whatever it is, we have to listen to that voice. And also, when we do this, we're able to experience life differently. If you're ready to elevate your life, I invite you to come on over to elizabethannwatt.com and let's elevate your life.
Thank you, Liz. Congratulations and well done. Our next speaker up on the docket is Sharon Macy. Sharon, your 2 minutes begins now.
Had to unmute. Hello, who are the moms in the room? Show of hands. I know, Marianne, I know you're one of them. Well, I was a mom, I am a mom to 3 grown kids and a former stay-at-home mom for almost 20 years. So I have been where you are. I'm also the creator and the host of Mom to More, the podcast. I'm author of the Mom to More mini book, and I'm a motivational speaker and a mother of reinvention. Because ladies, let's be honest. When it comes to being a stay-at-home mom, we are all in the same boat, totally unprepared for what just hit us, trying to navigate this new mom world, all while running a small company, our family, and being everything to everyone. How do we do it, right? We do it with sheer dogged, with grit, determination, some babysitting help, some wine, and plenty of tears. And after raising our kids, we often find ourselves at a crossroads when the nest empties, trying to figure out our next chapter of self-discovery and reinvention, and I was there too. That's when I had my unexpected aha moment. While doing all of the expected mom things, I realized I had developed a skill set that would take me into my more, and you have those skills too. This realization was the starting point for Mom to More, and I embarked on a mission to share with moms and help them open their eyes to their untapped potential, create a community of moms doing the same thing. Perhaps you return to a former career, rev up a passion or hobby, or chart an entrepreneurial path. I did it myself. I am living proof that moms of any age can use their passions, grits, and talents to create a purposeful more. And is it challenging? Yes and no. We put our careers on hold for a period of time. Yes, because we doubt ourselves. Yes, because of the fear word. No, because we are tough as nails, far more resourceful, creative, and talented and resilient than we know. My name is Sharon Macy. You can find me on Instagram at Mom to More, and also my website, www.momtomore.com. And I would love to see if anyone might be. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Congratulations, Sharon. Well done. Well done.
Thank
Our
you.
next speaker is Jelaine Me. Girls, so good to see you again. Welcome to the stage, Jelaine, with a huge round of applause. Your 2 minutes begins now.
You are muted, Jelaine. We cannot hear you.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I got it.
There we go.
All
Okay,
right.
your time starts now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jelaine Foster Me, the creator of Colorful Me Coaching. I love color. I love color. I eat color. I wear color. I see color, and color is my world. Without color, life would be so boring in my thinking and my way. So there are 3 3 gems that I would like to share with you today. And one of them is forgiving ourselves. Forgiving ourselves. If we can forgive ourselves and forgive others, then we can live a more colorful life. So one way that I like to share with my clients and my audience is through the Ho'oponopono that comes from Hawaii. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And if you will say that daily, on a daily basis, when you need to forgive somebody or you need to forgive yourself, then that is one gem that I share with you to try. It works beautifully for me. Some days it's actually all day long. The next gem is love yourself. Put your arms around yourself and tell yourself in the mirror, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And one day you will truly feel it. You will feel emotion come up. The next thing is be yourself. Be yourself because you are the only person that can be the best you. And that's what I love to teach my clients. Forgive yourself, love yourself, be yourself. That you are a person of transformation. Say that to yourself. I am a person of transformation. I am powerful. Go ahead and say that. Practice that right now. I am powerful. You are, we are, and together we can do this. I'm Jelaine Foster Me, the creator of Colorful Me Coaching. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks, and I hope to see you there. Bye.
Well done, Jelaine. Well done.
Thank you.
Friends, please help me welcome to the stage Sean Taylor, our next speaker, with a round of applause. Sean, your time begins now.
Hey everyone, thanks. So I got a question. Are you feeling stuck at all? Or how about this? Have you ever kind of achieved a goal and then had this creeping sense of, is that all there is? Well, I can help you get unstuck without having to, I don't know, become a monk, say buy a Ferrari or take years doing it. Why? My name's Sean Taylor, and I'm a guy who had a lot of stucks. I won't go into my past, but I spent decades trying to figure out how to get unstuck in a bunch of different ways. And I learned a lot, and I can help you get unstuck. It would be my joy to help you get unstuck. And I guess, I can really help you by working one-on-one. That's the way I like to do it. You can find me at, connect with me on Instagram at Sean Taylor Arts and Turns. And let's get you unstuck.
All right,
Thanks.
Sean, well done. Well done. All right, our next speaker is joining us no matter what, come hell or high water. Give it up for Alma Thomas. Alma, your 2 minutes begins now.
Okay, I got unstuck. Okay, if you notice, I am laying down. It's not because I'm sleepy and this is my bedtime, but I suffered a massive stroke in 2021 that left my right side immobile. The three things that I learned when the doctor gave me a 99% chance of living and a 99% chance of dying and a 1% chance of living is that, number one, the cemeteries are filled of unfulfilled potential, dead dreams and visions. 3, I show up on these podcasts as the authentic me, because if you have 2 arms and 2 legs, whatever it is, your God-driven dream, go after it. Don't die with your dreams inside of you. I had a choice to be bitter or better, and I chose to be better. I'm an author and I've written several books, but after my stroke, I wrote 4 books and my right side is affected. So I wrote 4 books on my left side with 1 finger. So no matter how many bad chapters you go through, your current situation is not your final destination. I have a dare for you on today. You know when you were children and people dared you and you said you did it because they dared you? Well, on tonight, I double dog dare you to reach inside to those dreams you rocked to sleep, thought that you could never have, and I dare you to dream again. I am Minister Alma Thomas, and you can find me on Facebook, Alma Thomas, Instagram, 830. I have a grief group for mothers who have lost kids. Reach to me on Facebook. Somebody is waiting for your story.
Amen. Alma, put your hands together. Oh, I hope you can see that chat lighten up, girl. Our next speaker is coming to us from Val. I don't know where you're from. I don't know why I thought I was going to say that, but Val, please join us. Give it up for Val. Give her a round of applause. You got 2 minutes. It begins now.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to ask you a question. What's the difference between a minute and a moment? Someone asked me that question, and I thought it was one of the most powerful moments I've had in my life. A minute, of course, is 60 seconds in time. A moment is whatever you want it to be, is whatever you can manifest. It's your love for your children. It's your love for life. It's your love for your parents. It's remembering backwards when you were a child, what you did with your parents, how they were with you. I know not all of us grew up in wonderful homes with mom and dad. I happen to be one of those people who did. My parents are gone now. Both on the other side, I believe in heaven. I'll see them again one day. They helped me create a lot of moments that I will never forget with my other siblings. There were 8 of us all together. My parents had enough love to share with us, and they shared with a lot of other people's children too. Our house was always full of love, full of life, full of joy, as someone mentioned earlier. And we learned, as Ms. Marianne said earlier, that if we could make it through the winter, we would rise in the summer. Those hard times are meant to shape you. And if you think about it, your life, the very best parts of your life are because of the rough times. When we can come up on the rough side of the mountain, fall down, and climb right back up again. I'm a transformational speaker, and I help people transform their lives by first transforming their minds. Thank you.
Put your hands together for Val Livingstone. Thank you so much, Val. Now, friends, I wish we had time to hear everyone here at this Speak Off, but sadly, we can't get to hear from everybody. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow each other on Instagram. If you don't get a chance to speak tonight, go live for 2 minutes on Instagram and share your message with the world because it deserves to be heard. I'm going to welcome our very last competitor of the evening, Tyrone. Welcome to the stage. Your 2 minutes begins now.
Thank you so much. Hey, you guys, if you hear me say, what's up, Tyrone?
What's
hey,
up, Tyrone?
What's up? Hey, I want to let everybody know, and you probably know this because I'm not going to ask you the question. There's pain in your purpose. There's pain in your purpose. I know you've probably heard a preacher say that before, but there's pain there. My name's Tyrone Barajas. I'm a choreographer, a dancer, and also a speaker. And pain is the reason why I spoke at 3 of the biggest dance conventions in Los Angeles. It was pain. I know pain because when I was 9 years old, I was changing my mom's oxygen tanks because she had a terminal cancer. At 11 years old, I lost her to that terminal cancer. But at the same day, I found out also she had to adopt me because my real parents didn't want me. And so I know a thing or two about pain. But I want to teach you a couple of things, and then I'm out of here. Watch this. You got to push on the pain. So, you know, when you go to the doctor's office and you got to hold your arm out, it's broken, and then you got to, the doctor starts pushing on that thing. He's pushing on that because he wants to see where the pain's coming from. And I'm going to ask you today, where's your pain coming from? Because when you realize where your pain's coming from, that's where you're going to realize where your purpose is. Because if your pain's coming from, your mom and your dad, your pain's coming from this and that, guess what? You can use that as fuel for your story. And guess what? This is it. Number 2 is you got to push through the pain. I wanted to stop dancing when I lost my mom, but it's because I kept dancing. It's because I kept pushing. Guess what? Now I'm here speaking on big stages. It was all because of the pain. Here's the last thing. I have something for you guys. You're going to be one of the first people to be able to realize this. It's on my Instagram, Tyrone Barajas. You can go over there right now. I'm going to follow me because I'm going to be releasing a purpose quiz because I want to show you how you can turn your pain into purpose. My name is Tyrone Barajas, and I want you to turn your pain into purpose just like I did. And now I'm speaking on some of the biggest stages in the dance community. Thank you, guys.
Amen to that. Put your hands together for Tyrone. Well done, friends. What an incredible lineup of speakers. I wish we could do more this evening, but time is a factor tonight and want to honor your time. Also, there are more opportunities to speak. This is not your last chance. October 11th, right here in Orem, Utah, we are going to be hosting the season finale of the Speak Off. We will also be putting on more digital stages. Let's give it up one more time for everyone who got on stage tonight. Put your hands together and remember to connect and support each other. So in just a moment here, we are going to be voting. We got to vote. We got to know who the best speakers are. I took a bunch of notes. Richard took a bunch of notes. I also have a special guest in studio who's going to be helping us take a bunch of notes here. Put your hands on the keyboard to vote for the next winner, finalists of this meeting right here. If you go to mariannehickman.com/vote, that is in the chat. Please vote for your favorite speaker. Vote for your favorite speaker. And of course, don't worry, if you don't get on the vote, stick around because you might just win the Judge's Choice Award. So if you don't see your name on the finalist panel, stick around because we want you to get that Judge's Choice Award. Now, the finalists, your name could be there. We'll be announcing that in just a few moments. We got to get all your votes in, and then the Judge's Choice Award, your name is going to go right there if you get picked by our judges panel here tonight. I see lots of people throwing their name in the chat. I love it. Make sure, guys, throw the name in the chat if you want to, but your votes only count if you go to marionhickman.com/vote, and you only get to vote one time. So throw down your votes. Throw your favorite things in the chat. You're more than welcome to do that, but your votes count once you get there. Now, tonight, we got to hear your signature presentation. It's step 2 in the monetization of your message, or in other words, the speaker journey. While the votes are tallying, let me show you what's up next in my world. So check this out here. Why do I want to do this? How do I master all 11 steps? Well, 1, you could do nothing. You could let this be the last stage that you come to. You could let your voice end here. Or you can get to your next step alone. You can do it on your own, or you can master these 11 steps, get to thousands of stages, get making money with your message, with help. Let me show you how I'm doing this. 1, if you do this by yourself, your dreams die here. Your why that we talked about earlier tonight, it goes away after tonight. If you do it alone, you can. It does take a long time, and mistakes become very expensive. How many of you know this by raise of hand? That's the truth. Now, you also have the option to do it with help. And that is exactly what I'm here to do. I told you earlier, I'm looking for the next 30 people whose names I can put on my list, on my phone, and we can help you get to the millionaire status with your message. It does come with an upfront cost. And the only reason you would ever want to pay an upfront cost is so that you can collapse time. Many of the speakers you heard about tonight, especially from Cheryl, we said we have limited time. And I don't want you to waste your most valuable resource when we can collapse it with you. So here's what this looks like. I have started a Mastery Hive community. We meet every single week to infuse power into your message, to turn that message into monetization so you can continue to change lives in this world. Let me show you how to get there. First of all, you're going to scan the QR code on the next page. Next, you're going to mark off your calendar for Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And number 3, you're going to join the community and show up and be a powerful force for good in this world. I've got a lot of really cool stuff that goes with this, and I want to show you how to get it all. I'm going to show you this page again, but after I show you everything, when you click on this QR code, this is the screen you're going to see. It is $147 a month to be a part of the Mastery Hive. It is $2,000 for life. One time you're in, that's it. We've got several students in here. We've got Jen that's in the Mastery Hive. We've got Christy that's in the Mastery Hive. We've got Renee that's in the Mastery Hive. Guys, Out and Natasha are here as well. Here's what I want you to get. First of all, when you join the Mastery Hive, you already know it's been running. When you join, I'm going to give you all the prior recordings of all the previous meetings so that you can do the work on your own time in addition to joining on the Wednesday nights. And of course, if you're working Wednesday nights, maybe you have a night shift, I record everything so that you never have to miss a beat. And we have a 24/7 community to be a part of as well. When you join tonight only, this is an event only bonus, you get 2 elite level tickets to our live event October 10th and 11th. That's the next time we're going to be meeting together. Elite level tickets get a bunch of cool stuff. Let me show you some of the things. One of those is professional headshots when you come to the event that you can change up and add to your media kit. Everyone needs more and current pictures. This is what we're doing for you live at the event. We're also going to be giving you your speaker media kit template. This is the piece of paper or digital piece of paper that you will use when you're trying to book more speaking gigs. I'm going to give you the template that I use, of course, included when you get into the Mastery Hive. Next thing I want to give to you, you already all get this ebook, but I want to give you the template. You remember step number 3, write an ebook? I've already got the template for you. All I need to do is fill it with your expertise and your picture. So I'm going to give you the ebook template. Guys, this tripwire is the thing that converts your audience into leads, combined with my sales system that converts those leads into customers. I'm going to give you literally everything you need as part of this. I want you fully equipped. I'm not holding anything back. Next, I want you to be part of this 24/7 community. We have it on school. We share events there. We collab there. People are getting on each other's podcasts there. And it's a place for you to hang out with other like-minded speakers and individuals who are growing their business. You can troubleshoot. You can get extra follow chains. I love it when you share your TikTok handles and collab with each other on social media. This is also included. Usually that's an extra fee per month that's included for all of you that get into the Mastery Hive tonight. Next, I have an affiliate program. I love to pay you to share the message because you can reach people I can't. If there's people in your world that you know need to be a part of this, I give you a thank you for sending them my way. If you know they need to be in this community. Now, again, this is where we're at. I want you to have all 11 steps, and I want you to develop mastery over all 11 steps, and I want to watch you win this thing. I've had the pleasure and privilege of watching Alton and Tasha and Christy and Renee go from point A to where they are now, improve their message, and Renee's getting new customers every day. It is incredibly fun to watch, but I want you to have all of this, and also your spouse is included. Tasha and Alton, they're doing this together. I want you to all be there, both of you. If you're both speakers, great. If maybe like you, maybe like me, one of you is a speaker and the other one of you is the back end. Richard's, guys, you should see this. If I could turn the camera around, you'd see Richard behind like 3 monitors running the back end, doing the CRM stuff. I want your spouse to be there if they're either a speaker or they're supporting your journey. This is included for both of you. How many of you, by raise of hand, would have you there with your spouse cheering you on? Because that's what I want to see. This is for both of you. All right, but wait, there's more. I got to tip the hat to Billy Mays. He's got $1 billion in sales selling OxyClean. Man, if that guy can do it, any of us can do it. I want to introduce you to a beautiful sister of mine. I'm going to swap seats with her in just a minute. I want you to know this woman because she was just on my podcast. Our podcast episode is dropping in just a couple weeks. I'm beyond excited for this, but I'm going to hand over the controls to the one and only Diana Grosbeck. Welcome up to the stage. I'm going to move my seat. Woo! Okay, here's forward.
Ooh, okay.
Here's backwards.
Oh, fantastic.
You can change the camera view. There's your camera, there's your slides, there's the combo.
Great.
It's all yours.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Well, first off, I have to say that I am incredibly inspired by your 2-minute presentations, and more importantly, your stories just really, really touched me. So thank you guys so much. I have to tell you that Marianne is one of my most favorite people in the world. I hold this woman in the highest of regards. Obviously, you've heard some amazing things from her tonight, and I never cease to be inspired by her. We've done some, we go way back. We've done some things over the years. I've introduced her on stage. She's processed me on stage. We've just kind of done some fun things. I absolutely love her. And so there was something that I wanted to do for her and her audience that I haven't done for anybody else. So I own a coach training academy, and you all are speakers because you want to have influence, and you want to have influence at a massive scale. And in order to have influence, you need to have coaching skills. So what coaching skills are communication skills. It's being able to really connect with and influence others.
I'm gonna make sure that you are spotlighted right now. There
Cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where to look. This is great. I love being here. Well, now I can see. Well, so what we do is we train coaches on these key communication skills in order to influence others. And again, you guys are speakers because you want to influence, but a lot of you are also coaches. And this is something that is so profoundly important when you want to have influence, is to be able to communicate, to be able to listen, to be able to ask empowering questions in a way that you have not been taught in any other course before. So I own a coach training academy that is accredited by the International Coaching Federation. And what I wanted to do for Marianne's audience is I wanted to provide something with so much value for those that are getting in on her offer tonight. Like I said, I'm doing this because I love this woman so much, and I want to do whatever I can to support her in her business. So we have a 3-day in-person training that goes through the in-depth key communication skills that you need in order to be an influential coach. And that we are giving you 2 seats to our 3-day in-person intensive coaching skills and communications training. So we are adding that to this offer tonight. It's a $3,000 value. And I just wanted to blow you guys out of the water because, again, I just love this lady so much. So much. What else do you want me to say about that?
That's great. I'm going to brag about it for just a minute.
Okay.
Can I jump in?
Yeah. Should we sit together? Do you want to just?
We can squeeze.
Or
we can go cheek to cheek. Yes. Hi. We're getting cozy. I told Diana I would give her a kiss if she brought me a Starbucks.
And I did.
Oh, thank you for the Starbucks. Okay, so I got to tell you guys about this because this is really cool. I'm going to squeeze. It's getting hot in here. There's no air conditioning in this room.
I love this.
This is so cozy. This is what Diana is including for you. This is the ticket value for one ticket. You're getting two so that you can bring you and a +1 and a coach. Richard is putting the link in the chat right now for something very special.
To buy.
Okay, awesome. That's the purchase link. So I was like, we got so much stuff for you guys. I want to make sure I know I'm giving you. By the way, we're still tallying your votes. We're getting those together. But I wanted to add this. You'll see it on the bottom line there. Tickets to Diana's event. It is happening in January and February of 2025. I think that's the first time I've said that year out loud.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So she's included tickets to that event. Everything that you see here, I have just packed this thing with so much value for you because I want to give you the best springboard possible to launch your business. And I can't think of a better person than Diana to give you this extra oomph with. What are you pointing to, love?
The chat.
Okay, awesome. Okay, the live event, where's it held?
Yes.
Where is it going to be?
It's in Sandy, Utah.
Okay, Sandy. So you're
And
gonna
we
have to fly
have
here.
had people travel out for this, so that's not unheard of. I mean, we have students in Canada. We have people that are coming in for these in-person trainings. It's an intensive, and it's incredibly transformative.
Okay, so they're going to get a bunch of information when they buy, sent to their emails, all the good juicy stuff. Okay, that's headed your way as soon as you get in this thing. So get in here, guys. This is a stupid, crazy value. And here's the thing. If you know how much money that you can make from stage, a single stage will pay for everything. A single stage, if you know how to convert your people, will literally pay for everything. I've seen it happen for myself. I've seen it happen for other people. And guys, I've written much bigger checks. I wrote a $25,000 check to teach you everything that is included in this tonight. So I got more for you. We got some finalists to do, but Diana has some other things. We're going to be doing a live Q&A sesh here in just a second. So if you have questions, type those questions in the chat. We got you. We're going to collect those and put those all together. We do have some other giveaways, though, that I think you're including. Oh, okay. I just didn't go to my hands up. Whoo! I scared myself for a second. I thought I would let the cat out of the bag. Last chance to vote, guys. Last call for voting. Get your votes in. I'm squeezing in with Diana because she has one more really cool thing. I'm just looking for where I put it. By the way, finalists, guys, if you're in the finalists, we have a speaking spot for you at our live stage. Plus, you get a booth to premiere your business at the October 10th and 11th event right here in Utah. So make sure that you are paying attention to all of the literature that's heading out for you. This is the next thing I wanted to have you share, because you gave away another really cool thing, and this is for everybody.
Yeah.
This isn't just for people that are purchasing and getting in the Mastery Hive tonight. This is for everyone. Take over.
Just making sure everyone.
Yeah. Take over. Tell us what the book is.
Yes. So, everybody who has registered and attended tonight is going to get a copy of my ebook, Take the Leap. So I go through some things like breaking through limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome. I think that it's something that we all go through when we get on stage. I don't think that anybody can start out in entrepreneurship, in speaking, without feeling some amount of imposter syndrome in the beginning. We talk about measuring success as a coach, and we also talk about what you can do with an accredited certification. So there's some awesome tidbits in there that you guys get.
It's a cool book, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, Marianne helped a little bit with that.
It was way better than I thought. Your lipstick on it was way better. Okay, so Rich, is the link in the chat? Everybody get their stuff.
For the giveaway?
Yeah.
I'm putting it there now.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Diana. Give her a round of
Thank you
applause.
so much.
And she's going to be hanging with us. We got a bunch more to do together. We got some finalists to announce. But by the way, I told you to hang out till you got your stuff. Here's the time to get your stuff. Go to that link, get all of the giveaways. I just wanted to give you so much stuff to get so that you can just take this and launch with your business because you spent some time here tonight with us. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is the chance to get into the Mastery Hive. We have never built a bundle this valuable and this crazy, stupid value to just, oh gosh, I wish I had had this training 10 years ago. That little pixie cut blonde version of me should have done this. That's why I built it, because I needed this sucker. I needed this sucker 10 years ago. And I put $25,000 on credit cards and it took me 5 years to pay off to learn this stuff. And guys, I just want to get real vulnerable with you for just a second. The first time I took a live stage like this one you see on the monitor, this isn't the exact picture, but the very first time, back when I had pixie cut and I was teaching on stage, I was on food stamps. And I was terrified for the audience to know. I was using an EBT card at the grocery store the very first time I got on stage, but I persisted and I kept with it. And that is why I'm here with you today, no matter where you are. If you can push, pull, or drag it in to make sure that you follow your heart and continue to take the stage, then I am giving you my commitment that I will show up with you 100%, no matter where your starting point is, to get you from where you're at to your next million. We are all in this together. And that is why I want you here, because I'm looking for my people. And I want my people to be successful. That's why I'm just jamming everything in here with you. Again, you're getting all this stuff in your giveaway just for being here tonight. I want you to have it. But if you want to take it to the next level, we got to get in the Mastery Hive because I want to spend time with you. I have to spend time with you to get this to the next level. I got to give you your feedback. I got to show you where your blind spots are because by definition, you can't see them. And I want to point them out before they cost you much more than the cost of tuition for this. So, Rich, do we have our winner for the giveaway for the lighting kit?
We do.
We do? Are you putting it in the slides for me, or are we just going to announce it?
I can just announce it for you.
All right. Our winner is, I'm going to be shipping you a lighting kit. Make sure I get an address that's right here in the U.S. so I can ship it out. Drum roll, please. Our winner is
Jacqueline Campbell.
Jacqueline Campbell. We are sending you a lighting kit. Look at the round of applause and the support from this community. You guys are freaking amazing. I love it. Okay,
Thank
Jacqueline,
you, everyone.
Congratulations, girl. You got lighting for your videos, you got lighting for your podcast, all this fun stuff. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to text me your address so I can order it from Amazon and have them ship it to you. Does that sound good? Rock on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, we got some more people to announce. Again, here's a reminder. Tonight only, I have never built this bonus because I didn't have Diana here before. We were talking today and we were like on the phone 2 hours before we started. And we're like, can I have more stuff for my people, please? And she's like, hell yeah. So this is for you. I will probably never do this again because I don't know if this magic will be here next time. Who knows? I just want you to have what's here. And if your gut is telling you to move, then move. The way will be provided if you're nervous about it. Guys, this is the stupidest offer I can put together for you. It's literally everything that I've got, and it's just going to get better when we meet on Wednesday nights. Guys, are you ready for the finalists? Yeah, let's freaking go. Okay, finalists are, we're starting in third place. Let me get myself on the screen here. The third place finalist for episode 2 of the Own the Stage Speak Off season 1, that was the word I was looking for, is none other than the one and only dun, 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 Christy Hunter. Congratulations, girl. Well done. Our second runner-up and the finalist is none other than Val Livingston. Congratulations, Val. What is up, girl? Look at that energy. Yes. All right, our first finalist with the most votes from this evening, judged by you, is none other than John Porter. Congratulations, John. Welcome to the finalist round. Each and every one of you has an invitation to our Speak Off Live. You'll be guaranteed a speaking spot on stage during the October 10th and 11th event right here in Utah. So start getting your hotels and airplanes booked out. But wait, there's more. We have our Judge's Choice Award. Is that the next slide, babe? I don't want to speak out of turn. Our Judge's Choice Award put together by the judges in this room. Judges, there isn't any more conferring. We have this. This is the one. Right here. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, judges have conferred. There is unanimous agreement. Who's excited for this? I got tingles. I got shivers. I got goosebumps. All the things are happening right now. Put your hands together. Drum roll, please. I want to catch this reaction. Our Judge's Choice finalist is none other than Big Mo, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Look at him. Yeah! Oh, what a night. What a night. Big Mo, unmute yourself. How you feeling, my friend? I want to hear from you. I saw you get up and do a happy dance. Unmute yourself. He's like so nervous he can't even find the unmute button. Where's Big Mo?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my friend.
Okay. So I always say complaining does not change nothing but your blood pressure. So I'm so elated. I can bounce off the wall like a beach ball. I look like a beach ball right about now too.
Big Mo, I'm so excited to see you on that stage together with our other finalists. Congratulations. We are stoked to hear you. You're going to be joining the stage with our other finalists, with Alton and Tasha and Christy and everyone here. Rich, can you turn my slides back on, please, so I can move them in advance? Thank you so much. You're going to be joining our finalists, John Porter, Val Livingstone, Christy Hunter, Tasha, and Alton and Willie at the Speak Off coming up October 10th and 11th. Congratulations, my friend. We will see you there. Check out this list of amazing people. Give them another huge round of applause and congratulations. Well done, my friends. I got goosebumps for this event. Now, I want you all to get there. Guys, you got to get in the Mastery Hive. If you're in the Mastery Hive, you get 2 elite tickets to this event. That's going to give you a bunch of goodies. We're going to head over to Q&A here for just a moment. I'm here to answer any questions. Nothing is off the table. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your Q&A. Babe, can you give me access to the slides again, please?
That's the last slide.
Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Q&A time. Hit me up with your questions. Richard, do we have any from the chat that we need to go ahead and hit up?
Yeah, so I've been watching the chat and making sure that I was keeping track of all of the questions coming in. So the first one, someone asked that you go back over the automations that you talked about.
Oh, okay. You want to rewind to the automation slides? Would that be helpful for anybody? Just take another look at that. Good. Okay. Okay. It's going to take a lot of clicking. We ready for this? Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, automations are amazing, and here's why we want to have automations. Again, you know how much you're worth per hour. And if you got your automations in place, it's because you want more of your time back so that your time becomes more valuable. So here are some free automation tools. Of course, there are paid tools. I love paid tools because they generally work better. You're going to graduate out of these free tools pretty darn quick. But if you're not using the free, start there. Zapier is really great. It'll do a lot of things, including ebook delivery, email. It'll also do chatbots, ChatGPT. If you like writing script, now I had to ask Richard, I'm going to be honest, I'm an idiot when it comes to script. I know nothing about it. When Richard said ChatGPT Python script, I'm like, I didn't understand a blessed word that you said. But somebody else might. And if you like learning Python scripting, then you can use it. But I graduated from that very, very quickly by using paid tools. And some of them are very, very cheap. ManyChat is one that I love. I also love Go High Level. It actually does what ManyChat does. So I just use Go High Level for everything. So if you have more questions about the automation tools that we're using, go ahead and just text me, 801-509-5495. Richard is going to be training in the Mastery Hive. He's going to be taking the reins and training on our automation tools that we use. So as part of that, you're going to get everything that we're using on our back end. So if you want to see the back end of that, get in the Mastery Hive so you can see Richard's custom training on that. Thank you for that question. What other questions do we have?
Okay, next question we've got is, how do you gain the ability to speak fast but impactful?
Quick but impactful. So the only reason that you'd want to speak quickly is if you're using it as a speaking tool. Quick is not always potent. Now, if you're asking quickly because you need to fit impact in 2 minutes, faster is not always better. If you speak fast, you might miss some things. If you speak fast, then you're not going to impact as much as you might need to. So it's not a measure of how fast you speak, it's a measure of how impactful you can be given the time that you have. Silence might be your best friend. John Maxwell said this: the most influential voice in your world is your inner voice. And if the public speaker is speaking too much, you cannot hear the voice inside. Silence is a linguistic tool to deliver impact. So it's not about how fast you can talk. It's about how deeply you can connect. Great question. Other questions? Hit them up in the chat if you have questions. Don't underestimate the power of the pause. Yes, Alden. Most influential voice in the world is your inner voice. Yes, guys, I love your gold nuggets. Awesome. Other questions that you have, left, right, front, and backwards. That's what I'm here to answer for you. Okay, John, I would actually love for you to speak. You are one of our finalists. Would you just share? You were in our VIP. I heard you speak. It got better every time, and it's only been like 24 hours. John, would you share how you're feeling right now? Are you excited, bro?
I'm absolutely speechless. I really am. But it goes to show you what Tyrone was saying, how your pain will tap you right into your purpose. And it's nothing but the grace of God that has kept me through these last 2 years. And I'm still sucking it in. But I will say, getting the VIP experience and getting the insight and the wisdom from other speakers was a blessing, and it actually helped me today. So I'm all in. Wow. But God, that's all I can say. And thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me. I promise that I'm going to represent. And it's not for me. It's all about the people that I'm called to. And you all can follow me on Facebook, John Porter, and Instagram, the official John Porter. I'll follow back, and we can connect, because I believe in collaboration, because you can't do this thing by yourself. You got to have help.
Awesome.
And if you all need me, I'm here. So thank you all so much for thinking enough of me. Thank you.
Give it up for John one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, well done, John. In fact, you're going to want to follow all of our finalists and our Judges' Choice winners and watch their social media. Watch them. Keep your eyes on them, because their speaker journey is about to launch in a very big way. In fact, follow each other. You got to find each other on social media. You can post each other in the handles if you want, because I want you to keep an eye on each other and watch where their journey takes you. Watch each other and see where it goes. Alton, I don't know if I can put you on the spot. You were one of the finalists from the last season and also a member of the Mastery Hive. Would you mind just jumping on and sharing what your experience has been like?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can always put me on the spot. You know that.
I know.
But everybody, first off, I do just want to take 5 seconds of time to say the messages tonight were amazing. This was so impactful. And I know that every single person here is taking something away that they're going to share with the world. So absolutely hold on to that message and hold on to that purpose. I had the pleasure of meeting Marianne a little over a year and a half ago. Saw her on stage amongst a number of other powerhouse speakers, but you really stood out to me. And it was clear that there was a system and a purpose and things going on behind the scenes that enabled that level of consistency and power, because I saw her at the first event, and then 4 days later, she was still as consistent as she was on day one. Joined other events later on where she got to go and do the same thing. And so for me, I had to know the sauce. And so I've had the pleasure and privilege of not only learning a lot of these tools that have enabled me to become a much more potent speaker than I ever was before, but also being able to be part of the accountability group. We get together every morning, we set our goals, we support each other along the way, and being able to be part of such a tight-knit community has been a beautiful piece of that as well. Your message has power, it has purpose, it deserves to be heard, and so surround yourself with people who are trying to do the same thing and who want to help you succeed, and with the tools and systems necessary to really project it to the next level. That's what I have to say about that. and everybody goes at different speeds. A lot of people who have been around for a while have heard me speak a few different times, and every time it's gotten a little bit better, but it's also substantially changed because it took me months to dial in some of what I'm starting to provide tonight. It's why I've put off starting the podcast as long as I have, because I really wanted to make sure that the message that I delivered to the world carried the power necessary to convey the message to the audience that I need to speak to. And so, you know, being able to be in these groups and these opportunities has absolutely enabled that. And if you don't know what your next step is, this is probably it.
Awesome, Alton. Thank you so much for sharing that. I was trying to look for the slide about the event. The event, again, we had a question come up about the event. It's happening October 10th and 11th. October 10th is my birthday. So if you come to the event, we're going to be playing at Topgolf the night before, just hanging out, connecting. We're going to share a little bit of fun content, but mostly it's just to network and get to know each other. So October 10th and 11th here in Utah, that's when that's starting. So if you're flying in and you have VIP, which gets you the 10th night party, then make sure you get here like before noon so you can get settled into your hotel and all that fun stuff. So October 10th and 11th is where that event is. I do want to call on our finalists from our last time. Christy, if you're here, are you still here, Christy? I don't see her. Tasha, I would love to hear from you next.
She took off too.
Did Tasha take off? Okay, one more I wanted to call on and put on the spot. Jen, you took the stage beautifully this year for the first time, and you're speaking on a circuit now. Would you be willing to just share your experience with us? Oh, you're muted, sis. Jen, oh, there, she just left. Let's circle back to Jen. Willie, I would love to touch base with you. You were one of our finalists from last time as well. Go ahead and share what your experience has been like. We see each other every morning.
Every freaking morning we see each other. First off, you guys are amazing. Just sitting back, listening to each of you talk. First time, 100th time, it doesn't matter. You guys are fantastic. So I want to share that with you. And just the experience to go out and share your message with people. It's very powerful. And everyone has someone that they need to touch. There's someone out there that Marianne can't touch. There's someone out there that I can't touch, but that you can touch personally. And so spending time with Marianne, being in the Mastery Hive, spending the time to master the craft into what you're doing, that's the power of it. And that's where it comes from your why, it comes from your past experience. And as you go towards the future, you get to get what you get to get. And so you guys are the heroes and the writers of your own journey. Today is the day to put that pen to paper and to start writing that book of life for you.
Amen. Amen. Jen, we got your unmute working?
I think so.
Can you hear me? Hear you, sis.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, working with Marianne is just amazing. And she is so encouraging. And I have this thing that every time I talk to her, I just cry. And she's encouraged me that through the tears, I can get my message out. And with the tears, I can reach people that other people can't. And it's been a powerful journey. And to be able to speak on stage is unbelievable. So fun and just an amazing thing. And to speak on a stage with Marianne was off the chain. So you guys are in the right hands.
Love you, girl. I love hearing you speak every chance I get. Every single one of you has a powerhouse message, and I was honored to be in the audience for all of the speakers that we got to hear tonight. I wish we could have heard from every single one of you, so let's make it happen. Get into the Mastery Hive right now. Come join this community of elite, world-class speakers. Get speaker certified. Join Diana's program. Be a part of everything that it takes to make money using the power of your voice, sharing the message that is on your heart and the message that you love. Congratulations to all of our new Mastery Hive members. We'll be looking forward to seeing you. We start up next Wednesday. And by the way, when you join, I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to just drop into your email. I've got stuff that I haven't even listed here that drop into your emails, previews of other courses. I've got giveaways. I've got recordings, all of this stuff. It's part of that because I want to give you, again, the biggest springboard possible. Congratulations on getting in. Friends, that is the wrap up of our episode 2 of season 1 of the Own the Stage Speak Off. From my heart to yours, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this, and thank you for showing up in such limitless fashion. I will see you on the stage.
Okay, we're muted. I think they're waiting, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just end it.
No, don't.
Don't.